Hey guys, how's it going? So, I know it's been almost like a month now since I did any streaming or posted any VODs or anything on YouTube. Lots of stuff actually ended up happening. I had some minor PC issues, and then I was having some issues with my ISP that I finally got sorted out. And right as all that stuff kind of ended, I actually heard back from a job app and started up a full-time job. So, with all that crazy stuff going on, I haven't had the most time to stream, but I still really enjoy doing it, even if it's just for fun. And so I wanted to get back into it. I did decide to start streaming on YouTube though, instead of Twitch, just because it allows me to kind of condense everything, at least for a little bit, onto one platform. Saves me a lot of time, especially since YouTube autosaves VODs, and Twitch does delete them after, like, I think it's about 3 weeks. So, figured we'd do this for a little bit. We eventually need to go back and finish our Xenoblade Chronicles 3 playthrough. We have like 4 Ascension quests left, and then I know the second wave of DLC came out with another hero and Ascension quest, as well as the challenge mode, which looks really fun. So that I might try to do here and there. But overall, I think I'd start to switch over to games that are less of a like series-based thing that I have to do over many streams. Like the last two big things I've done were Xenoblade Chronicles 3 and Fire Emblem 3 Hopes. So back to the roguelikes, back to like Genshin. I've considered some other games, maybe Overwatch 2 or like Dead by Daylight. Haven't played either of those games in a long time, but I thought it'd be fun. But either way, for today I thought it'd be fun just to do a quick fun game. It's called Void Scrappers. Let me turn the sound back on. But it's a roguelike that came out like a couple days ago. It already has like really good reviews. So I figured it'd be fun to try it out. And, oh, let me resize this real quick. Sorry about that. We'll try that. Hopefully that doesn't cut anything too far off the screen. Oh. Sorry. I forgot that games like Isaac and this freak out a bit on my OBS when I'm switching from like full screen to like windowed. There we go, that ought to work. But either way, yeah, I don't actually know anything about this game. I've just heard it's pretty good. Like a nice, cheap roguelike. Alright, let's see. So character select, Murphy. I'm just in it for the free lunch, Tuesdays. Scrap gain damage, projectile cooldown. Oh, okay, everyone else is locked. Wonder how many characters there are. Oh, never mind, you can see it right here. Looks like 7. Don't take damage for 5 minutes. That sounds like a bit of a tall order. Threat 20, so there's a threat mechanic, orbitals, threat 10, and acquire 4 types of explosives. Okay, sounds like interesting stuff. I guess we just hop in on the base character, though. Interesting. Okay, so it's like, this actually already reminds me a lot of Vampire Survivors. I don't know if I've ever done any content on it. I haven't played that game in a long time either, actually. Is that the boss? Just a skull? Oh, okay, it was an icon to where the boss is. Interesting. Yeah, this reminds me a lot of Vampire Survivors. I know that game did so well, and it's actually a lot of fun, that it kind of created a lot of spin-offs. There's like a HoloLive version of it, a few other versions. I guess that type of genre isn't exactly like super crazy, but... Oh, okay, so yeah, you get upgrades as you go. With a scrap refund. I'm assuming scrap must be like the EXP system or something, so that's pretty cool. Projectile cooldown, orbital speed, magnet range. Yeah, so... Ooh. More DPS sounds really good early, but this reminds me a lot of the... I think it's called the Attract Orb in Vampire Survivors, and I'm a sucker for that one. Makes it so much easier to get, because you see all these little particles that I'm not getting. So let's be greedy. Let's try it. Yeah, I'd love to go back and play like Vampire Survivors a little bit on stream too. It'd be a little bit weird, because I couldn't figure out how to reset my... save file. I was going to do that at one point. So, might just be hopping in from wherever I was. But I am a ways behind. They update that game pretty often. But, let's see. High damage laser shooting at random. Targeting nearest enemy. Randomly dispersed explosive. I mean, I have no idea what's good. I kind of like the idea of shooting something precise at the nearest enemy. Just to make sure we don't take damage. Oh, that is a pretty short range laser though. Yeah, already this is just reminding me a lot of Vampire Survivors. I don't know if it's Oh, it's reject for the scrap refund. Okay, I was gonna say, I feel like I'm getting these really fast. I guess we are a pretty early level, though. Probably... I don't know how much projectile speed will matter. You know, like, shot speed in Isaac isn't super, super crazy important. Let's try, projectile damage. I'm sure you can do builds for different things. If I'd chosen, like, a longer range laser or one that could fire more frequently, I'd feel a little bit better. Oh, and you can see we have the, oh, there's a threat level up on the upper right. Assuming that's experience bar at the top. Weapon cooldowns in the bottom left. Oh yeah, the screen's cutting off the threat meter just a little bit. But, oh, oops. Just looking at the stream overlay. Yeah, it's just, it's saying threat 3 right now. Sorry about that. I haven't had time to set this up entirely because I hadn't hopped into it. I didn't even realize that the screen was cutting it off, so that's pretty awkward. I might have to just edit my... I mean, you could see when I was adjusting my screen, I have my stream background with, like, the music notes. It says Misfortune Crow on, like, twitch.tv at the bottom. I have to re-edit that and maybe use that for games like this that don't quite fit to screen. But for now, I'm just going to go with it pretty casually. Let's see, scrap gain. I really like going for these econ type upgrades early. I know it's greedy, but I feel like it helps you hit the late game a little bit faster. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I'm excited to see if there's synergies or anything like that, because that's one of the big things that make Vampire Survivors a little bit stressful but fun, is especially before you get, like, your rerolls, your ban certain items for the run upgrades, you just don't ever know if you're gonna get what you need. You know, I've had so many runs where, like, I'm going for... Oh, what's it called? I'm sure they've added so many items since I've played. It's been a few months. But, like, the white and black birds, like, one's called Peach One, I don't remember what the other one's called. And if you get both of them, it ends up being super worth it, but with just one, it's not the best. Oops. So, just interesting stuff, but already the fights are getting a little bit harder. I feel like we need to start getting some damage upgrades for sure. See, projectile range, huh? That's interesting. So now we're getting bronze, gold, and silver, so... Interesting. I wonder if there's ever a point at which you should skip if there's something that's just so bad, like... So, health point back. I'm probably not going to do that until I'm at, like, 1 health. So 19% damage or 57% range. The issue is I don't think that our bullets are lasting long enough to go that far. But it's a gold upgrade. Oh, wow. Actually, that's really helpful. Very similar Vampire Survivors. I feel like the go-to technique is probably just run in a big circle around everything. And eventually, everything will die or you'll die. Of course, the closer we get, the more we can use this laser, but it does feel like we're leveling up really fast. Pretty crazy stuff. Nice. Murphy. Oh, yikes. Low dispense, so we can get an entirely new weapon, huh? Fire projectiles at random. I feel like we just need something for crowd control. I don't know if that needs to be a slow, heavy weapon, or, you know, a big bunch of attacks. We'll go with this. Bunch of artillery. Give us some more consistent damage, I suppose. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know if it's what this is based off of, but I'm really seeing a lot of parallels with Vampire Survivors. I suppose that's inevitable with some roguelikes, even for a genre that's so unique, you know? Let's upgrade the magnet range, because there's so many of these scraps I can't even get to. Oh yeah, that's really helpful. I wonder if there's a limit to how many upgrades you can get. You can kind of see in the bottom left here, it's already showing our upgrades. I don't know how much it limits it, though. I wonder if you can upgrade, like, your ship speed as well, if that's something that naturally goes up. But yeah, we are really... I don't know, I'm really liking this magnet range. Assuming we don't die, like, we'll get to the point, like you can with a tracked orb, where you just don't ever have to pick anything up. I wonder if there's something as well, like, how... I think it's the pentagram has a synergy, where it just nukes everything on screen and then collects all of the XP points. Overall, though... Yeah, I really do wonder orbital speed. I don't even think I have an orbital. Nothing circling around me. But so far this game... I mean, you know, knock on wood, nothing seems too dangerous. I hate to get too far from... Oh. I hate to get too far from where I was earlier. Because even with our, like, over double collecting XP range, I don't want to just leave a bunch of XP behind. But if we get to a point where we're just completely overwhelmed, we might have to leave some stuff. Let's see. I really want to. Let's get some DPS. We're clearly struggling to kill everything. There's been a boss trailing us for a little bit. I think our next few upgrades probably need to go into damage just so this doesn't take a short eternity. I guess I'm not using my laser as much as I could. It does a respectable amount of damage. It's like ticking damage. But I am scared to get too close to things. Because I know I'm dumb and I will die. Woo! A little bit close. So I have no idea if it's best to continue upgrading these. I'm not using the laser as much as I should be. I'd love to try just everything. Let's try putting an extra point into this, see what it does. Oh, okay, so it just fires in quick succession. I mean, that's a big AoE. Oh, cooldown. Oh yeah, that was a noticeable increase. Interesting. Laser damage. See, this is where I am going to go greedy again, though, because I'm just not using the laser as much. It's really helpful when things get close to me. But right now, our primary DPS is absolutely these explosions. Probably because it's the only thing we've upgraded more than once, but... Oh! Yeah, we are definitely not killing things fast enough, though. I would assume, as it's a roguelike too, there's a ton of unlockables, weapons, and stuff, too. A lot of times, at the start, you don't have that much available to you. Uh-oh. Right, here we go. It's a little bit weird, too, because it's not... Unlike a lot of other games like this, too, you drift a little bit. That's why I'm kind of just constantly moving. It makes it harder to use something like the laser. But I can't just stop on a dime. Which makes sense, I guess. It's a big spaceship, but ooh. That has to be the magnet upgrade, right? Yeah, that's what I thought. I genuinely don't mind games. Like, I've been playing a lot of Tower Fantasy recently. As well as continue to play Genshin. I've been playing Arknights as well. And I know that does bother a lot of people when games have so many parallels. But for me, that's just cool because if I enjoyed a game so much, you know, why not play a game that adds on to, and uses those same mechanics, you know? I get the argument too, like, obviously people work very hard on those types of concepts, stuff like that, but I don't know, I just figure if there's like a formula that you really like, I'll play similar games. I definitely fall into the trap of gacha games pretty bad, but I've been playing a lot of Arknights actually, especially when my internet was down. Super fun. They actually made a roguelike mode. I don't know how hard it would be to stream Arknights actually, because I have to use my phone for my model, and I don't actually know how to stream phone screen to OBS anyways. But I could probably run like BlueStacks or something. That might work. I know BlueStacks kind of isn't always the smoothest engine to run, but that could work, yeah. It would be a lot of fun, because I really do love Arknights as well. You know, they're coming out with another big event pretty soon. Ooh. I wonder if this just shows up as like gold because it is a max level. I would assume at this point, we probably want to just max out this weapon, you know? The artillery's done really well for us. Oh. Okay, so maybe synergies aren't a thing, you just have to upgrade it all the way. Uh-oh. Oh, no. I would say the big issue right now with what we have is that our primary damage is this artillery, and it's not protecting us at close range, which is what we've neglected the laser. But the laser might have been what I mean, we didn't get hit there, but it might have been what bailed us out. Hmm. Yeah, it's not quite like, it's basically like the holy water in Vampire Survivors, which is funny because I actually really don't like using that. Feel like it's a bit too unreliable. I know it's one of the things you use for the kill death strategy though. That was a pain. I had to do that like 2 or 3 times. You like go to the library and hide in a corner for 30 minutes, go eat lunch. All right, where's the boss? Ah, there's the boss. That boss looks very similar to the last one, actually. Hmm. Interesting. All right. Probably, I'm so tempted to be greedy every single time, but we are really starting to get overwhelmed. I do wonder if there is like a time limit at some point. Does something just crazy show up, or does it just go until you die? Interesting stuff. Shield drop, huh? Oh, perfect. We've been sitting on 2 out of 3 shields for a long time, and I haven't taken a shield. Oh, we're gonna die getting there, jeez. Oh, I passed it. Yeah, we need damage. I still don't know what this orbital speed is. Like, let's see. Probably go laser damage right now. If we were indexing a bit more into like our guns, maybe projectile speed would be better. I have no idea where that shield went. Does it disappear after a time? No, it's straight. Oh. Well, that's not happening. I wonder if I get like a magnet upgrade or something like that, if that would pull the shield into me. I kind of doubt it. But, given our current predicament... Oh, there it is. Surprised we got to that. Trying to remember how far I made it first on, Vampire Survivors. I haven't tried Hollow Cure, but... Maybe Scrapping. None of these are super useful damage-wise. Oh! Panicked a little bit. That little freeze right after you level up. Alrighty, come on. Oh, yeah, there we go. Dang. I just got that shield game. Alright, let's see what we've got. Yeah, the problem is, and the reason I didn't end up doing Vampire Survivors is I'm not really sure what to do on, like, commentary for this game, because it takes a good amount of focus. But there isn't much to say aside from, like, I'm running in a circle and trying not to die. Probably projectile damage here. I really do wonder, it seemed like the actual core weapon upgrades did go from bronze to silver to gold. Oh, dang it. Oh. Okay, so I have 3 lives in the shield. That's unfortunate. PC just froze up for a second there. Those PC issues I was talking about, every now and then I'll have some very, like, I change some stuff on my computer that seems to make it better. But I'll get, like, these random small CPU spikes. Kind of detrimental, though, at a point like that. I lost 2 of my shields. Let's see. So we could get another laser. I'm gonna go for this. I'm just not impressed with the laser. If it was a little bit longer range, or I was willing to play a little bit more daringly, I think it'd be a little bit better. But honestly, when I don't know what anything does, I mean, so far everything seems like it just chases you. Not super interested in getting that close. But yeah, I really do wonder. Let's go for safety. I told myself I was going to be greedy and not go for shield points, but I'd like to see how far I can get on my first run. We're at 22 threat. I know that's the big thing that's, like, cut off right now. Nothing else important is actually cutting off. It's just the side of that threat meter, but... Start up enemy cap 415. Oh, okay, so there's an enemy cap. Interesting. I didn't even realize that. There's so much going on. There's a boss. Yeah, even just one more weapon, there's noticeably more bullets coming out of our ship, so that's good. Oh, dang it. I honestly can't even tell so far which enemies shoot at you. Uh-oh. I would assume it's just the bigger ones, but... Jeez, that's horrifying. This boss is not taking very much damage. And I'm terrified of getting close enough to use my laser on it. I mean, in theory... Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh, gosh. Am I on fire? Am I dead? Oh, nope, I'm dead. Okay. I was like, wait, do I have a second life? That was rough. That... Ooh. Dash cooldown. We have a dash? Hold the phone. Wait a second. Alright, let me see. Permanent upgrades. Okay, so... That's helpful. Credits gain. Credits gain I feel like is always really nice. Just to make sure that you keep getting those upgrades. So let's go with that. Yeah, why not? And it does look like it'll be diminishing returns somewhat. Like that first one was 10%. Second and third look to be 9. I really do wonder though if there's like an ending or if it just go until you drop. But I want to look at the controls real quick. I wonder if that would fix the... Oh, that did not do it. Ah, there we go. Yeah, like I was saying, I'd hate to have like a sliver of my my like Twitch overlay, just a basic background covering up everything. But like you can even tell by the proportions here on the edge, it's just slightly off because it just slightly doesn't fit to screen. Ah, well. Like I was saying, I'll just fix that up, and then we could do similar to what we do with Xenoblade for games like this. See what enemy projectiles. Why would you do that? Hide dash ready tutorial. Oh, there's a tutorial. I was gonna see if there was like controls to see, so maybe I... Huh. I don't think I ever got a notification that I had a dash or something like that up. That's really interesting. Scrap ups. Which are at 30, huh? Yeah, I wonder how we unlock this. So 5 scrap magnet upgrades. I think we had like 3 or 4 last time, so we were pretty close. Deals double damage, has no shields. Shield static. Doesn't tell me how to get it. Oh wait, no, we got it. Okay, we'll try that then. Oh, we got like 3 characters. Interesting. 3 types of orbitals. I would... Unless the laser counted as an orbital, I really don't think we had a single orbital. Projectiles have knockback. That could be good. Fire 4 types of explosives. And we had 1. Okay. Interesting stuff. Deals double damage but has no shield. Wait, it has no shield. Oh, this is going to be a very short run. Gain shield static skill, huh? I feel like this is one of those skill-based characters that I should not be doing immediately. Dash ready plus space. Did that pop up at the beginning of last round? Maybe it didn't. I just didn't realize. What does it do? Oh, okay. Oh, and it's that bar. So we probably had that in the entire time. Yeah, us not having any shields is somewhat concerning. Unless... Oh, okay. If there's a shield drop up there, I wonder if it's just that we... Huh. It might be that we just don't start with any shields and can pick them up. That would make a little bit more sense instead of being like the lost character in a bullet hell type of game. Because that would terrify me. Let's see. I'd like to go for... This isn't the projectile knockback guy, but I'd still like to go for more of a projectile-based build. Oh, I almost ran straight into that. Oh, nope, you straight up just can't have shields. Oh, that's the static shield, though. Okay, so when I pick up shields, it just, does like a big AoE attack. That's... Oh, okay, generate static shield. Generate static on shield pickup. Damage and duration. The problem is, how often are we going to get... I mean, that's a fancy looking upgrade, so we'll pick it up. But how often are we going to get shield pickups, you know? I think we had like 2 of those bubbles appear last run. And I really don't anticipate surviving very long. Yeah, the double damage is definitely noticeable, though. It's kind of crazy, actually. Threat 2. I do find it interesting, though, that I would assume threat at first would be just similar to... Because we just went up to threat 3. Again, sorry, I'll try to mention that. At least this stream. It's up here. But, it doesn't quite align with, like, XP bar or anything like that. Oh, you can go beyond the 4. I don't want to go too heavily into that. I get that that could be like a... That could be like a straight up screen wipe for us if we get that leveled up enough. But that would depend on us surviving long enough to, you know, use that, which I don't know if that'll happen. And I'm gonna have to remind myself that I have the boost. It's just on this gear. Uh-oh. I'm terrified of using the boost and just boosting straight into an enemy, you know? What have we got? 2 times 2 upgrades, chance boost. I'm not sure what that is. Maybe it's me being simple, but I'd like to just go straight for the big ol' I see gold upgrade, I take gold upgrade, you know? Let's max out our auto repeater. I really do not know, though, if it's best to focus on a few good weapons and upgrade them all, like Vampire Survivors, or, you know, just try and spread it out. Because in Survivors, I feel like I just go in with a very similar build most games, and then try to pick them up, and anytime I can't pick up something that I need for that final build... Oh. I don't have a laser, but I'm gonna get a laser then. I want to see that. Lasers explode, huh? But then you just go for upgrades because there's usually like 1 of your current upgrades present, and then you just continue to siphon through everything else that you don't want. Explosion damage. We don't have any of this. I'm actually... I know we were just talking about how we were going to do like a projectile build, and then the game gives me these really cool like upgrades for lasers that we don't have. I'm hoping that the double damage we have will carry us through, but we are just 1 hit away from death at all times. So let's go scrap in. Yeah. Make sure we can hopefully get to there. It does feel like they balance it out pretty well. Like, double damage might seem a bit excessive at first for a roguelike, but when you consider how many upgrades and stuff roguelikes already tend to stack, it's not that crazy, I think. Alright, but we have to get a laser because of what we just picked up. I really do wonder if there's like a laser length or something like that upgrade, because I thought I was horrified before to get too close to enemies. When I'm basically playing the Lost in this game. Even more terrifying, honestly. Let's see, though. Warped of speed, laser damage. I really do wonder, like, this game's only been out for, like, a couple days, but I'm sure there's a meta, because there's always a meta for every game. I genuinely wonder at what point people choose to skip, because that gives you half of the next level, so you could maybe just skip and then pump things into, like, projectile damage, you know? Could be really neat, actually. And I didn't realize it the first run, but I'm starting to think you do only get the weapon upgrades when you... I don't have explosions. I'm gonna pass on it. But I'm starting to wonder if you do only get the weapon upgrades upon killing bosses. Whereas, like, again, I keep comparing it to it because it's the only super close comparison I have, but in Survivors, you can only hit, like, the, like, I don't remember what they're called, but, like, the mastery one where you combine things and whatnot in, like, chest upgrades. Does seem like it so far, though. I apologize for that, yeah. Unstable plasma beam. I'm gonna grab this. We didn't grab this last time, and it gives us a second laser. Oh, yeah. That's quite a bit longer range. I actually kind of like that, even if it's at quote-unquote random. Well, I'm not so worried about, like, bullet range. Oh, wow. Yeah, that is decimating things. Wasn't kidding about the high damage. Oh, there's a magnet. Let's head straight for that. Ooh, scrap gain. But yeah, they seem to have made it... It's always nice when characters are very easy to unlock, because we instantly unlock like over half the roster. Oh wow, okay. That really does remind me of the attract orb / magnet pickup. Jeez. It's pretty funny. Let's try this. My concern is living long enough to see some of these investment upgrades pay out, you know? Like that. That long range laser, though, so far is what's really decimating things. Yeah, I'm terrified of using the boost. I'm so sure I'm just going to boost myself into something and die. I really want to see it. I haven't noticed it so far. Oh, never mind. Yeah, that's what it is. Oop. Oh, boss. That laser field, we even upgraded a little bit. I think we had an early gold upgrade, and it doesn't seem like it does terrible damage, but when you consider that's our extra health going into that, not super impressed. And now I'm gonna have a hard time getting back to that weapon. Oops. Interesting stuff. Let's go. These shoes too, I don't know if projectile, like, because laser is a separate upgrade entirely, I would assume that it doesn't count. And my bullets itself, while it is like a max level, I think it was called Scattershot, I just don't see that being super helpful, but... Oh, okay, you actually have a decent amount of... I just picked that Auto Smasher. Interesting. But that's the long range laser. If that fires... Yeah. I wonder if you can get to the point like you can in other games where you can just stand still. It'd be pretty funny. There's another shield. On this character, genuinely, I'll go for it, but it just feels a little bit bad. It's not like ooh, that's extra health. It's like ooh, that's gonna do a little bit of lightning damage to everything on screen where my lasers are the things killing everything. I'd like to get a... Uh-oh. Oh, no! Sorry about that. Yeah, it's just... Like I said, minor CPU spikes really annoying. That almost killed me. And I mean, it took 2 hits of damage last time. If that happened late game, I'd be really sad. And I don't know what causes it to happen, because for certain games it doesn't happen at all. But then on games that you would think would be less intensive, like, I know you can crash Isaac doing crazy stuff, but like sometimes my game when I'm just playing Isaac on my own time, because that is one of the games I like to play just by myself. Ooh, laser range. It'll just sometimes randomly just say, hey, I hate you, and freeze up for like 5-6 seconds. But Isaac isn't a game that you would think would be super intensive on your computer. So, who knows? Now that I've finally got a job after being unemployed and in school for a while, I'm just going to take a couple years off, I think, at this point. Figure life out, because I'm still not sure what I'm doing. Kind of see... Maybe I'll be able to make my upgrade here in a few months. Because I have a decent PC, in all honesty, but... And I don't think running streams and stuff is surprisingly not as intensive as I thought it was before I was doing it. But it's enough that if I'm running, like, Genshin, I know especially, it doesn't always like it. But yeah, let's max out the plasma beam. I really like this laser. Much more than the short-range laser. The short-range one seems a little bit more precise. I'm just not using it as much. Oh, okay, so instead of going to 3 lasers, it just waves around. That's not bad. We do need magnet range, though. So much scrap on the ground and we're not grabbing it. Yeah, what really is carrying us through, though, is the fact I think that this character starts with base double damage. Kind of crazy, because it means that every damage upgrade we get is double value as well. Oh, I'm dead. Oh, I'm so dead. Hold up, hold up, hold up. Oh! No, 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 no. Oh! Alright, that was terrifying. Sometimes those upgrades can come at really bad times, to be honest. You just hope you don't die right out of it. Because I would assume... Ooh! So I wonder if for unlocking that character that said we needed 5 magnet range upgrades, this counts as 5, or if it just counts as... I'm sorry, it counts as 3, or if it counts as 1. Either way, that's exactly what we were just talking about, and it gave us, like, a gold version. Another shield popped up. I mean, it could be helpful. Even if it's not much damage from that lightning storm. Like, it's disappointingly low. I was hoping it'd be more. It is still free damage, you know? Free crowd control. Get away from that area where there's a bunch of enemies in it. Oh, no. Yeah, I would assume it's the same where, like, enemies will oh, gosh. Enemies will regenerate in the area. Keep saying it, but I'm just terrified to use the boost. I'm gonna boost away from the boss and just boost straight into an enemy. Like, if I had a shield, I'd be way more comfortable doing it, but... Oh. There we go, nice. Yeah, that scrap collection range is already paying dividends. Oh. Weapon, what we've got. Hey, finally an orbital. Yeah, why not? Ooh, interesting. So it's not like a set distance away from us. It gets closer and further. I just don't know if I should be investing in the projectiles at this point, because it is literally just our lasers, it feels like, that's doing everything. Even though we have, like, that fully upgraded scatter shot from the start of the run. Like, we're just running by, the lasers cutting a huge path, and we're going that way. Laser damage. Ooh. Very nice. Always draw your most upgraded card. Ooh. I'm trying to think, do we have... Yeah, sure. I suppose that right now might actually be that shield static laser, which probably wouldn't be good, but that sounds really cool. Boss, die, scum. Oh, unless laser damage was our most upgrade. That would actually make a lot of sense because we've invested so heavily into it. That would be really nice. Honestly, who needs anything else if you got the laser? Trying to stay in range to laser the boss. What's really going to get me is if it turns out that one of the bosses just shoots at us instead of chasing. And I'm just standing like 2 inches in front of it and it just pops me. There we go, very nice. Oh my. Ooh, that's tough though. Do we go for another orbital? It's hard to tell how much we're making use of the shorter laser. But yeah, it's just... We've upgraded lasers so much that giving more to that laser as well has got to be pretty good. Even if we're not using it super often. Like, you can see it's the thinner, like, green laser, not the yellow one. And we can max it out you know, probably on the next boss. See what that does. I wonder if it's just the same thing as this, but... shorter range. What's confusing is, though, like... I know it's like a more precise... Oh, and there we go. Never mind, we're not going to see what the green laser upgrade is. That's awkward. That was fun, though. I actually liked that character. It was stressful, knowing that we could never get hit. But it was pretty good. Burst projectiles on dash. Okay. I really do like how roguelikes always have these little things. Even if we're starting, quote-unquote, fresh every run, there's stuff that you can grab, you know? Like, I was playing the Arknight's Integrated Strategies roguelike a lot on my own time, and there's actually only 2 things I have left. One of them I have to, like, lose at least 30 lives in a run and win, which is RNG based on what events and encounters you get. So there's a lot of runs you just don't have enough life for that to be possible. And I don't think it counts temporary life points. And then I had, one other thing to get, but I've played that mode a lot. Super fun. Oh, wait a second. I didn't mean to do that. I'm an idiot. I wanted to... This early in, I feel like we should always, in between runs, be trying to get upgrades. Yeah, credits gained. I didn't feel like I made it that much further than the previous run, but we are only up like 19% here. Shield drops, scrap gain, cooldowns, damage. I do wonder how far it goes. Because these smaller gains make me think it maybe only goes up to like 100%, and it's a very marginal gain. Whereas like the credits gain here, it's at 44% gain. And it's, you know, like a quarter of the way through. I'm just going to be greedy though. Might as well. You know, it makes our earlier runs harder, sure, but it lets us get to these other upgrades way faster. And you can refund all. Okay. Didn't even see that. Let's see, that we didn't unlock any new characters. I just know this is to get the 5 magnetic upgrades, and we only got 1. I really do wonder, though, if that 3-in-1 counts as 3 for that. 3 types of orbitals. That does hinge on us fighting enough bosses that we find 3 types of orbitals, and I only saw the 1. I don't think the lasers count. No, they can't count, because we had 2 lasers and the saw blades. So that could take a hot second, because I'm sure we'd need to then just unlock things. 4 types of explosives as well. I don't think we have those unlocked. Let's move the line of what we have. Huh. Collecting scrap spawns a projectile. Gains projectiles spawn on death skill. Death skill? It means skill on death. When you die, you die. Let's pierce some holes. That is horrifying. Can't really see his face behind me, but that is... It's horrifying. Already our damage compared to the last run, you can feel it. That double damage was really nice. And it let the run start a little bit more quickly. Whereas so often these types of runs, like the first little bit, is really boring. That boss still died really fast, though. Ooh, shoots a laser that rotates a full circle. That's tough. Let's try it. We haven't tried that smasher either, but that sounds really cool. It does not look like it does very much damage, though. Jeez. Yeah, if it's not even killing these things, we might need some laser damage upgrades. Oh, wow, that's a bunch of new stuff. Enemies burst into bullet. Oh! Okay, so this sounds like a crowd control. I didn't realize that's what those little green bursts are. Okay. This actually seems like a really good crowd control character, so we don't need... I mean, you always need DPS. But if we pop into a group and fire like a big laser like we did last run into him, potentially if we upgrade that enough, you just kill a couple enemies and set off a chain reaction. Yeah, you can already kind of see that at work there. Little mini version of it. It's always balancing between those econ perks and the, you know, combat perks, but I don't know. I just feel like if you want to hit late game in these games, you have to be greedy early. But that requires you to be good, which is one thing I am not. The circular laser doesn't exactly lend itself super well to taking out a boss, too, because we can't hold it on him. And our shots are pretty random, too. I do really like the details in this game, though, like seeing... I mean, my mouse doesn't appear when I'm not in the menu, but in the lower left, like, all your weapons just rapidly going and firing off. That's really cool stuff. But we really do need to take out that boss and get a more reliable weapon, I think. Oh! Yeah, we'll try that. I don't know, I like the lasers. I'm sure bullet builds can be insane as well, but... something satisfying about seeing a big laser just run through and cut everything down. I wonder, though, if we upgrade projectile damage, if it does count those green projectiles. It probably does, in which case we probably should be actually going into projectiles. So maybe we'll do this one laser upgrade and try. Is what I say before I get offered 3 laser upgrades, but, you know. I really like this, though. Seems like a really good crowd control perk. Oh, I was about to say, did it actually just give me 3 lasers? Yeah, so it looks like the random scatter shot is what we started with, too. That's what it felt like. But yeah, if, this character and the one that has projectile knockback definitely seem like ones that, again, assuming those little green things count as projectiles, you probably want to index into those. dash cooldown. I'm not using my dash because I'm terrified. So, you know, like, it just, there's so much stuff on screen. I wonder if there's a way to get, like, dash invincibility. That sounds like something they'd put into a game like this. It's like, oh! Is there dash invincibility? Do I test it for science? Because seriously, like, you saw how much speed that was with those few enemies on the screen. Burst projectiles on dash. Again, am I really going to use that? 3 times shield drops, though, sounds pretty nice. I'm going to test it for science. Oh, you are invincible during the dash. It took me 3 runs to figure that out. That changes everything. That changes everything. Oh my gosh. I assumed that you were just going to take damage on it, so I was horrified and didn't want to do it. I'm an idiot. Like, oh, that's so nice. Everyone who's ever played this game before is yelling at me through the screen. I'm so sorry. As I run into something. Oh. Oh. And it all comes crumbling down so fast. This isn't even that far into the run. I'm just bad. Now I'm trying too hard to use this dash invincibility and I'm just being dumb. Shield drop. You know what? I really do want to get at least one run, you know? That we can just go in really far. Yeah, that completely changes the game. That's one of those things, though, you kind of have to figure out, though, because it's not like it ever told you. It just says dash ready. And like I was saying at the start of the stream, I had no idea about anything on this game, you know, when I booted it up. Like, I literally booted it up, resized it for the stream. Or at least I thought I resized it correctly. Started the stream and then realized and did that. Had to mess with it again. And then went, like... It's about the extent of what I knew. But yeah, these little enemies, though. It's going so well. I really like this character, actually. Once you get just enough power that you can chunk through everything, you can see those little green bullets are just popping through everything. Alongside the dash, we just make sure we have a little bit of room to dash through, and we just set off that chain reaction. Super cool stuff. Auto repeater, or... I mean, again, we eventually need to get 3 orbitals, but I don't think we have 3 orbitals unlocked. Really does not seem like it. Immediately gives me orbital damage. Yeah, look at that. Like, level 7 on that already. I wonder what the max level is. I actually think 7 and then the mastery upgrade thing is what it is in Vampire Survivors. The weapons, I haven't seen past level 3. And again, there's always just hinging on whether or not there's stuff to unlock. Projectiles on dash, okay. Interesting stuff. Yeah, this is what I love about roguelikes, just kind of finding out that stuff. I always feel a little bit dumb when I realize stuff like that, you know, but just the realization makes you feel so much better. And just the feeling of progress. Going back to that Arknight's Integrated Strategies 2 thing, I lost so many runs, and then the first time I beat the first ending's Lucian, I was like so pumped for like 5 minutes. I was so excited. You know what? With what we're doing, projectile speed might not be so bad. Uh-oh. Ooh. A little bit risky. In all honesty, though, just... You could argue that all upgrades are always good, but, like, the laser too... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Please don't take... Okay. You know, all upgrades are usually, I guess, arguably good for everything, because it's something. But in addition to these projectiles potentially increasing our little explosion chain reactions for upgrading projectiles, the laser, when we're dashing through things, but that's something I guess every character can do. I've also increased the chance of shield drops, and I... Speak of the devil, I was about to say I haven't seen a single shield drop, and we're up to threat 12. Yeah, I do wonder if you stall out on the boss long enough, if the boss just, if it spawns more than one boss, or if you just miss out as your threat continues to rise. Because if I'm missing out just by not killing the boss... Oh, gosh. If I'm just kind of missing out by not killing this boss fast enough, we're kind of suffering. Because that's where this build seems to struggle. Is it's good on crowd control, but low on boss DPS. Oh, the magnet. That's what we need. Always draw... I actually really like the idea of that, though. Always draw your most upgraded card. Continue to go and get more power into what you've already started to work towards. Yeah, it's that one, too. So level 8 on that. Level 9 on that. The problem is, we've got level 9 enemies burst into projectiles on death that do more damage. They do have to be close range. And if we're not killing things, we don't get anything out of that. Oh, no. And it is actually such an insane game changer to realize that the dash makes you invincible. I just terrified at first. I didn't want to try it. I was like, I'm going to look really stupid, especially on that second run where we only had, you know, we were one hit and dead. I was like, what if I do this and I just die? Ooh, level 12. You know, what if I do this and I just die? It's going to be the dumbest looking thing ever. We probably need the magnet's just always helpful in games like this, but it's not even giving me damage perks, so like this is the best DPS upgrade I'm getting, but the exact issue I keep talking about. And we've actually saddled ourselves with that because now we're always going to draw it. Oh, that's too funny. And this boss just will not go down. Oh my gosh. Yeah, let's try this, actually. Something else, you know? I guess the downside to that card, too, is if you had a really bad, like, if you got forced into taking a bad upgrade early, and then it only gave you that, like, oh, I got laser, or orbital damage when I don't have any orbitals, and then I got that second, and now I'm only getting that. Alright, what have we got? Auto Smasher, maybe? I don't know if it's better to go for, again, at this point, with how little damage we have, I feel like just having another weapon could be good. Yeah, I'm really excited to see how crazy that can get. Because you can already see, we started out with them bursting into like 2 or 3 bullets. And they're bursting into like a whole-on flower of green bullets every time we kill something. I mean, anything near them is just getting chunked. Yeah, this is stressful. Yeah, we're already up to threat 17, and this is only like our 3rd boss, so it really does seem like the boss, just there can only maybe be one on screen. So at the end of the day, the one who suffers from not being able to kill bosses fast enough is you, the player. Which does make sense. We've gotten, it said most upgraded thing more often, but it feels like we're getting these two the most. I don't know if that's like specific to this character, or if it just, again, that upgrade or what we've really focused on. Because you would imagine it probably weights itself at least a little bit, regardless, towards what you already have. Yeah, we can just tug this boss through the enemies and let the explosions do the work. Or, yeah, the green bullets. That was crazy nice. That boss died really fast right after I was talking about that issue. You know what? Yeah, we've done like 1 or 2 full upgraded weapons last run. Let's just grab as many as we can. Quantity over quality, I suppose, this time. I wish that there were like, it'd probably just add too much more on the screen. But, I wish I could see the actual numbers that everything was doing. Projectile damage. Ooh. This is the safe investment, but we need damage. Like, really bad. Oh, yeah, look at that. It really does seem like projectile upgrades have to go into that. So, that was probably good. Right after I avoided the shields. That was the previous boss, and that's just showing up as a regular enemy. That's horrifying. There's another boss. We had so much XP on the ground, I didn't even realize. Projectile speed, I do wonder, like, if that would equate into, like, pseudo range. Oh, I didn't burst there because I didn't think I was going to get hit. We're hanging on by a thread now. Yeah, just use that, like, we're really reliant over anything on just the explosions from enemy deaths and our dash. We're just dashing through enemies, watching them explode and praying that does enough damage. Okay, boss, stop tailgating me. Oh, no! I don't know how I got out of that. Oh, why did I do this? I'm an idiot. I was like, I need the weapon right now, and I did that. Try that. Oh, did I just die? Oh, I thought I ran into an enemy right as I picked that up. Alright. Well, we are hanging on by a thread. We do have 3 times the chance or a level 3 upgrade to get more shields, but we're not seeing them. Dash. Okay. I don't know actually still if you get like a little bit of iframes out of the upgrade menu. It feels like it, but that could just be wishful thinking. Oh, I'm dead. Oh, never mind. Oh, these types of games, dude. It's always just getting out by a hair or dying. And dying miserably. Oh, what is that? Is this thing... All it really takes is an enemy either being faster than me or just slower than... Oh no. Right as the shield spawn showed up too. I am embarrassed to say the least. Oh, that's okay. That was a really fun run. And we're getting so many new stuff every single time. Like... Definitely still fun. But yeah, that's awkward. Right as the shield spawn showed up, I was like, ah. Okay, I wonder. Oh, okay, so this does show. So acquire an ultimate plasma sweep. I would assume you don't get the upgrade during the run. You have to end the run first, so that's important. Acquire an ultimate orbital and don't dash. What? Right after I found out you have this fancy dash, you want me to get an ultimate orbital and not dash the entire run? That's sad. Ultimate of that. 3,000 enemies with explosives. Ultimate. So get an ultimate of each thing, though. It seems like... Okay, so I was doing the wrong thing last time. I think we need to try and get an ultimate of everything. I believe we've gotten an ultimate of the high damage laser. I don't think we've gotten an ultimate of anything else. Right? No, we got an ultimate of the scatter shot. Yeah, look at that. 110% cash, and that was only our 3rd run. Getting upgrades twice as fast already. Super cool stuff. Anyway, we've tried these 3. I didn't even see like a magnet upgrade that last run, so... Tried this character. Another projectile character. And then these 2 we have to unlock those other weapons, so... Let's focus on getting a couple ultimate projectile weapons. I will dismantle them like flat pack furniture, huh? I wonder if there's different maps too. Yeah, that get the ultimate saw blades and don't dash for the entire run is gonna be painful. I can feel it. Because I quite like dashing. I didn't for my first 2 runs, and it's pretty nice. Especially if you have literally anything that floats around you. Yeah, Auto Smasher. I don't think we got... I can't remember if it was the random shot or the nearest target, but either way, we're focusing heavily on projectiles. If we can get like 1 laser orbital though, it is still good for when we dash through enemies. Oh, okay. Dash effects trigger on orbitals too. Huh. I'll try that. We'll try and get a saw blade. Kind of a wasted upgrade if we don't get one, but... Which, to be fair, I think the only one we have unlocked right now is the Saw Blade. But we had an upgrade for getting a Saw Blade, and we need to unlock as many orbitals as we can for that one character. Getting an ultimate Saw Blade, and then getting one and not dashing, or something like that. With these types of games, I do eventually go targeted runs for upgrades, but Boomerang Bullet's bad. Ooh. Oh, and he had dash lasers too. I want to try that. But with these types of games, I usually do a good number of runs. Like one run with each character, just feeling them out. And then go like targeted upgrade runs, you know? That said though, this does seem like the type of game that I'll probably get some mini, it depends on the dev team as well as always, you know? Every team has like different things they want to do, but it does seem like the type of game that I'll have maybe a bunch of mini upgrades. Again, similar. I feel bad because I keep saying it, but it's like Vampire Survivors in space, you know? So we'll see. So auto repeater, artillery, stable plasma. You know, we were talking about we've already gotten the ultimate version of this, and we were talking about needing projectiles, but when we're dashing, having something that works like that is very nice. Dash increase duration. I kind of want... Oh, well... All three of these actually seem pretty good. I don't know what this symbol is. Oh, you may only pick one... Oh, okay, you can only get, like, one dash skill. I kind of want to get the dash laser. Honestly, so... Maybe we'll hold off on grabbing one of those. Interesting stuff. Scrap up. Lasers explode. We only have one laser. Let's go. Oh, the magnet range. We need to get 5 of those. If we live that long, that'll give us another character to try for the next run. If not, we can always shoot for that. Because the 3 explosion character and the 3 orbital character, we 100% need to unlock more stuff for. Like, I just don't think those will be characters. I do find it funny, though, that we unlock, like, 3 characters after, like, 1 run. Dash duration increase. I really wonder how long you can get that dash to go. The issue is, are we really going to invest in that and not be able to kill anything? Oh. These freezes, man. Like I said, I want to work for a couple months and try and get a PC upgrade, because my PC still runs fine, in all honesty. It's just a couple random games. And it's the weirdest, like, it's always like roguelike games, too. I don't know why. Like, Tower of Fantasy runs fine. You would think Tower of Fantasy... I don't know if it'd run fine while I'm running, like, my model and OBS, granted. That would probably be a little bit more strenuous. But you would think, of all things, it'd not be like a roguelike game. That would really struggle. We're already up to threat 7. That's horrifying. Alright, what have we got? Photon Prism. Scatter Smasher. Dang it, I keep talking about, like, okay, this run, let's go heavily towards projectiles, and then the game gives me lasers, and they're really cool looking lasers, too. And lasers really feel like, with our increased dash duration, an orbital, like, just orbitals or lasers feel like they'll be so good. And now we know once we get an orbital, it'll do the same thing, or whatever that upgrade was, with our dash. There's a second magnet upgrade. I know upgrades like this are usually diminishing returns, but that's a 77% off two upgrades seems a bit excessive. I am wondering if it's a flat amount. Explosion damage, laser side. Oh boy. Back at it again with the greedy run. I seriously do wonder, like, there's no timer at the top of the screen, like there is in Vampire Survivors. For, like, when death comes at 30 minutes. And that's also a timer for bosses. I don't know if it's based on threat level. I really don't. And it feels like there's a lot more enemies shooting at us this run. I wonder if that, like, is dependent on character or map. Or if that's just me. I really want to see if I can just dash for, like, forever. But you can see we flash at the end there for our iframes, so keeps us safe. So as long as we have like that passive damage, I think it would have been even better on that last character we had, granted, but who knows. I will say I'm not really noticing we don't have that many projectiles, but this character's selling point was like that they had knockback on their projectiles, and I really am not noticing knockback. Yeah, the dash duration would have been so good. If we get like dash projectiles or dash laser, I know we passed up on dash projectiles. That could be insanely good though. If the dash lasts that long and we're just constantly firing stuff out. Orbital damage. Yeah, that's our second perk towards something we don't have, but I'm really, really hoping this boss gives us the Razor Blades. I know we were talking about needing like, I keep talking about things I want to do and then not doing them, but it's kind of just the RNG of roguelikes. Sometimes you just get runs where what you intended to unlock... Oh, I didn't press space in time. What you want to unlock, though, you don't get. I do wonder, though, I would assume shields don't drop until you're missing a health. Same with, like, getting the shield as your scrap upgrade. So, we'll see. Interesting stuff. Will you die, please? Ah, I'm an idiot. No. That was just me being slow on the reaction. Might actually have to get a shield if it shows up in a scrap upgrade so we don't die. Ah, perfect. There's our... Now we're not wasting our upgrade. Or two of our upgrades now, I suppose. I'm gonna grab one. Orbital speed actually sounds really good. I don't know if it works like Isaac where it's ticking damage on like a cube of meat or something like that. In which case it maybe isn't the best, but orbital speed in general, you know, if it's spinning around hitting more often. Really depends. Because if it's like however many ticks it's sitting on an enemy, then orbital speed's bad. I mean, orbital speed is pretty bad in Isaac. But if it's just it passes through, does damage, then it could actually be really good. Destroy your most upgraded card. If I get our most upgraded card, I'm just gonna get this dash, which would be hilarious. That doesn't sound like a good idea, though. That sounds like a recipe for death. Because I can't kill bosses. Because we already can't kill anything. Like, look at this. Already feels like kind of a meme build. Just the zoomy build. Laser range, sure. But yeah, I really can't tell if there's an actual limit on how many upgrades you can have, because you can see that bar in the lower left with all of our stuff is just getting longer and longer. So if there's no limit, then that's actually really helpful, because in Vampire Survivors there's a very clear number of boxes. Sorry, I know I keep making connections, but that's just how my brain works. For me, I see one thing and it just immediately my head will connect it to something else. Alright, come on, boss. You want to give me a Razor Blade upgrade so I can get a new unlock? Before that, do you want to die? Anytime this year, please? Before I get swarmed because I'm focusing on my damage on the boss? Cool. Okay, we didn't get it. We've already gotten the fully upgraded version of this, but I'm a big fan of this, and I think it'll keep me alive. Oh, I ditched my nose. Like, I really do think that's what'll keep me alive, is this high damage laser. And in theory, if we survive long enough, you know? Get a bunch of, you know? Survive long enough to get, like, 10 upgraded, fully upgraded weapons. Why not, you know? That does hinge on us surviving that long, but, you know. Oh, that's a new enemy. Big tank. Oh, perfect. Let's try and slowly make our way up there and try and kill a bunch of stuff on the way there. There's another magnet. I don't know what level we are on the magnet. We're either 1 or 2 away, though, I think, from unlocking that second character. Okay, we probably need the power for the boss, though. I was gonna try be a little bit greedier, but Yeah, why not? Ooh. Scrap gain. Hey, that's actually really cool. Attack mods. I didn't know. Okay, that makes sense though. It's just like the character's base skill is what they start with. So you would assume other characters can get like knockback on their bullets. Seriously though, I'm not noticing it at all. Even if we haven't focused too heavily into it, you would think. Notice a little bit more, but I think it's only the enemies exploding on death is only firing one bullet. But you have to consider one bullet is a lot more than nothing. Oh gosh. Sometimes I just can't stop myself from going for the meme. 78% dash duration increase. We really need to get one of those upgrades though, legitimately. That either fires out lasers or projectiles on. I was gonna try and get the laser one, and then it didn't feel like we were gonna get it, and then we just haven't seen either for a long time. So I'll probably just grab the first one I see unless a really good upgrade is paired with it. And we can only have one of the flight mods too, so it's not like we've taken that slot up. Yeah, I can already envision, like, again, I don't know how much is unlockable, but really cool stuff you could get, like multiple dashes. You know, stuff like that. That'd be super cool. Like, with these types of games, the sky's really the limit. I do really like, though, as you go up in threat, how it shows you, even just briefly, like, what the enemy cap is. That's super cool, because that's something I had always wondered in other games like this, and a lot of times it isn't specified. Yeah, 386 enemies, 2.88 health on enemies. So enemies' health scaling makes a lot of sense, too. I mean, it explains why the bosses don't die, jeez. Come on. Come on, nice. I'm hoping for Razor Blade. I'll take it. It's a carry from what we've seen so far. High damage. It's an ultimate, like, something. It just stinks for unlocks because that's like the one thing we already have we already have done. What do we got? Dash duration. Ooh, magnet. That might be our 5th upgrade, legitimately. I can see, oh wait, I wonder. Yeah, I think that's our 5th. You can see the number in the lower left-hand corner next to our upgrades. Actually, I think the stream cuts it off slightly. Oops. I'm pretty sure we have 5 of them. Yeah, really sorry about the stream format again, guys. I just feel bad about it. I know it doesn't look very clean to have just a little bit of it cut off. I know I did that for my first bit of Hades stream because I'm dumb. But that's something I'll have to figure out another time. I hadn't streamed in such a long time. I just wanted to do something, you know? Don't know if I'll do something tomorrow. Like I was saying, it's only going to be weekends for at least a few weeks until I get used to my new job, because I'm going to be working long hours. Like, really long hours during the week. But I'd like to get to the point where, like, once I'm kind of in that groove, maybe stream a little bit during weekdays, even if it's shorter streams. Probably not going to have, like, the 5-6+ hour streams I did on other games, but still. I just enjoy streaming. It's one of those things that, like, I never expected to get, like, big on it or anything, but it's honestly just kind of relaxing to me, you know? One more just in case. Yeah, okay, the 5 went up to a 6, so we definitely have that second character unlocked. Neat. But our dash duration lasts long enough that we can go straight through the middle of, this horde of enemies and just, oh, as I cut it close, and get that laser on everything. I am really worried about bosses, though. This thing's been going after us for a while, and we're just tickling it, even with our ultimate weapon. Orbitals seem like, look at that orbital, too. I'm really concerned if we do an orbital run, how well it's going to do against bosses. Because it's like a set range against bosses. Even if they get slightly closer and further, Oh, I didn't dash in time. Dang it. But we are already starting to get overwhelmed. We really need to start... Like, we got one character unlock, I'm pretty sure. Like, 90% sure. We need to start getting damage and hope that we can make this run last, because it's just taking so long to kill anything that we're in danger just from existing. And the problem is, once you're missing a shield too, then it starts trying to offer you more shields. Perfect, we got it. And it's a gold version. Like, it has a chance to start offering a I took damage before that oh no. I did it just an instant too late then. That's unfortunate. Oh, that's what it meant when it duplicates dash effects. It goes on our orbital. So if we get another Saw Blade here, that's really cool. I didn't understand that's what it meant. That's potentially a really cool build then. Like laser orbital. Okay, we're at 27 threat. I don't actually know what the highest threat we've been at is. I thought we were at 33 at one point. Oh, well, we're not getting that high. We're so dead. Ah. Downside is too, we weren't getting like health drops when we had the level 3 health drop increase. Or armor drop increase, I guess it's called. So with no increase, not super surprised that we've only seen one like all run. Because this does seem like the type of game that the goal is to, you know, as always in roguelikes, never take damage. But I want at least one more weapon upgrade. It takes so long to go boss. Like, I get that it's a boss, but you would not think it would be to this extreme of a level, you know? And again, I guess, like, I haven't had the highest damage runs, but still. I say as we have 6 investment in... 6 levels investment in dash duration, and 6 in, magnet. Alright, there we go. Okay, not what I was hoping for. Admittedly. Do I get an entirely new weapon? I mean, we are really suffering on weapons because it takes us so long to kill bosses. We could go for a fully upgraded Photon Prism, but I don't think it'll happen. I think I'll be dead before the next boss goes down, so let's try this. Big bunch of AoE, you know? That I don't have to worry about as well, because a lot of my damage is coming from getting these lasers in and dashing through enemies. Those explosions, even if they don't do a whole lot, I don't have to pay attention to at all. But like that run where it was the only thing we had, then I didn't have a whole lot of focused power around me, so if anything came to me, I just died. Oh, that's gotta be mine. Nice, okay. I feel a little bit better now. Yeah, marginally. Oh no. I feel like the later on you go, unless you're absurdly powerful, you're just gonna spend like 90% of the run with a boss on the screen because they don't die. I'm 100% certain I'm not building correctly too, but like the game's doing me a little dirty on this one. It's just, does one hit, you know, we need this damage. Damage, range, and size on the dash laser. And sure, the extra shield to give us an extra hit, but we won't, like, what we just lost. Oh wait, no we didn't. For some reason I thought I got hit there. I was gonna say, like, is one shield gonna help us if we survive for just that extra couple of seconds after getting hit? But we can't kill anything, you know? I'm a little bit disappointed we haven't seen more orbitals, though. Because that, the dash laser going on them as well is super cool. This thing is tailing me closer and closer. Are those whole other boss enemies? They look the exact same, they just don't have the skull. That's horrifying. We're up to 33 threat. I do think 33 is about the highest I've been. And I really do wonder if just general ship speed is an upgrade you can get. Because these bosses are getting closer and closer. Uh-oh. Oh, we're gonna get hit out of this. Oh! Ah, dang it. Shields are for weaklings. I mean, that's at least convenient time on the shield spawn, but these freeze-ups are just making me really sad. A big part of the issue is that I have to run, like, my model in addition to OBS and the game. But, like, this game... Like, I know it's not a RAM issue, too. I know it's a CPU issue because this game only takes, like, 2 gigs of RAM. But... it has to be damage. Even a marginal increase in damage is going to be huge right now with how long it takes us to kill anything. This boss isn't even at half health. Oh boy. The issue is too, if you do a run where you don't get like magnet, you don't get dash invincibility, you don't get shields, and you only focus on damage, then the run might just end because you might just die. And especially without the magnet, you're picking up less XP, so you're getting more damage-oriented upgrades if you're focusing hard on it. But you're also getting less upgrades. Goes back to the quantity versus quality argument, I suppose, but... I don't know. Either way, I just feel like I'm doing something very wrong with how long this is taking to kill anything. Like, even the little enemy... Like, I get that with the... Again, with the threat level enemy health scales, but still... It doesn't say anything about, like, enemy resistances or anything like that scaling, so it is just health. So that means I'm not getting strong enough, I feel, at the rate to match that. Because we just hit rate... Yeah, enemy health times 7.08 at threat 37. Whereas I don't feel like I have 7 times my base damage right now, you know? Oh, dang it, I thought I could... Tried to make a tight turn, and it just did not work. Increased chance of shield drops. At this point, a little bit too little, too late. Let's go laser range. Hit more things. I have a feeling that the end is nigh. I'd like to try to get to at least threat 40. I have a feeling it's probably not going to happen. But we are at 38. I wonder, though, if the boss is getting more health. Like, we just went up from 7.08 to 7.42 on enemy health. Oh, that was close. So, is the boss continually getting more health as we're fighting it, or is it just what the health it had as it spawned in? I would assume it's just whatever health it had as it spawned in, otherwise that'd be kind of unfair. But it is a roguelike. And sometimes roguelikes just decide to hate you, you know? Granted, sometimes they just hand you runs and you just walk through games, but, you know. Alrighty. Oh, no! Oh, the end is nigh. Alright, come on. To the shield. Where are you? Oh, thank goodness. And the boss is finally almost going to die. Hey, we hit threat level 40. Go figure. I didn't think I was going to make it this far. I was so sure I was dead. Like 3 times over. I need this boss to die, though. Like, oh, it caught up to me. Please die. This boss has been here for like 4 threat levels. Not more. Oh, finally. Well, if we'd gone for Photon Prism and survived, we would have had the fully upgraded version, so that's a little bit disappointing. Sure, you know what? I said this last time, but I really, oh gosh. Oh, really don't think I'm going to survive through another boss, especially if it takes like 4, 5, 6 threat levels to kill it. But, you know, why not work towards it? Up. There we go. I mean, that was our longest run so far. Made it a good long while. New stat upgrade. Percent damage boost per... Oh. Lasers have a chance to spawn another laser. I wonder if that goes off the ship or like you can get a chain reaction of lasers. Yeah, we got the old major. Interesting. I'm enjoying this game, though. I enjoy this genre of games. It's just those types of mindless games where... I mean, I obviously won't do it on stream, but off stream, I would just put up like a YouTube video or a stream on my second monitor and just play it. That's what I did on Vampire Survivors on my own time. Really fun way to go about things. Just kind of relaxing. But, we really haven't upgraded like any con... But look at how many credits we're gaining. Maybe the next time we go over this, yeah? Damage cooldowns, maybe scrapping. Because that could also be part of the reason why. We're only 4... That was our fifth run? Yeah, I think that was our 5th run. But, because the thought is, too, eventually, if you just did all into this, was really greedy for a little bit, refunded it all, and then put it into weapons, too, you'd be pretty strong. Either way. Yeah. Orbitals and explosives, so... These two built... I just think it'll be a good while before we get those. You have to consider, like, kinetic drone... Kill a boss with an orbital weapon, really. That's going to be difficult, because you have to make sure it has the last tick. Acquire an ultimate kinetic drone. So that's 3 of them. Ultimate trailing droid. Acquire an ultimate orbital and don't dash. I'm going to try this, I think. I feel like it will be a very short-lived run, and we're just going to have to pray that we get the orbital very fast. What's this, though? Auto collect scraps, but only gains... You know what? That doesn't sound too bad. Don't have to worry about magnets at all in this character. I wonder if it'll still offer it to me. But no dashing too, so... Don't push spacebar the entire run. Get the orbital, and hope we don't die. Yeah, even if it's only 0.75 value, you have to consider... We are only getting like one of the big magnets per run, if that. Even if it's only 75% value, this ensures that there is literally no waste. Aside from the, 25% we lose. Orbital, come on, orbital. Dang it. I'm gonna go for artillery. Actually, we'll just upgrade our current weapon. Because if we want to make sure we kill a boss with an orbital, well, A, we need to get one. But we don't want to have too many high damage weapons like the laser beam. Because then we're not going to kill it with the orbital. Like, here we go, this. I'm not even going to get dash upgrades this run because we're not going to dash. I guess it won't give us the best idea of this character, but I already have... This character's pretty self-explanatory, you know? I do wonder if that's an upgrade other characters can get, or if it's an exclusive to this character. You know? Because, like, we saw the explosion on death into projectiles was something other characters could get. And genuinely, 75%, like, you can get is the thing. I would assume it diminishes returns on, like, extra scrap. Wow, it only gave me dash upgrades. We'll do the scrap refund then. Because, seriously, I'm not pushing my spacebar this entire run. I lost my train of thought. Oh, it's just, you would assume it's diminishing returns. Like, if we got, say, a 10% increase, if it'll offer it to us in, like, scrap gained, it does offer that to us. Okay. Go projectiles. You know, does that also give us 10%, or does it give us the 75 so we get 7.5, you know? Don't know if that's how it'll work, but either way, I'm learning we should focus on bosses as early as possible before they get unkillable. Hey, we got one. Nice. So if we could try and kill a boss with this orbital ASAP, that would be best when their health is still low, I think. I don't know how hard that'll be. But, and I don't know, maybe we should even just skip upgrades that aren't orbital based, because then we're more likely to kill it with, say, our... Outside of weapons, of course. Like here, we don't need the magnet range boost. I'm surprised it even offers that to you on a character that automatically picks him up. Yeah, like, ordinarily, though, obviously the dash would be pretty nice. Here, we're just completely wasting it, but... There's no point in going for that, you know? Try that, yeah. Is there anything that doesn't involve dashing? And honestly, lasers. I'm just going to go for projectiles and orbitals this run and just try the skip strategy. That way we can really focus in on, you know, what it is we want. But here's a boss. Head up to it and hope that we can last hit with the orbital. The orbital seems to do, like, it's barely noticeable. It's going to be really hard to make sure it's the orbital that last hits. I feel like you'd either need to do this later when your orbitals are really, really strong, or early, when it's like the second or third boss and you've gotten an orbital. Oh, I didn't get it there. Another kinetic drone though, that's good. That's more than we found like the entire run last time. I really don't know how it weights it too, because we were seeing constantly, even when we had like 4 or 5 weapons. Ooh, okay. Percent damage boost per unique weapon type. We only have... Oh, it shows the repeating. I mean, both of these aren't helpful, but it's like, yeah, 6% damage. That's still something. I actually think we... You know what? I'm going to be greedy here, since we're already not dashing this entire run. I'm going to skip everything that's not orbital. I'm going to die. This will not be a long run. But I really want to try and unlock the characters ASAP. And we're already only one scrap blade or whatever it's called, orbital damage. Here we go. We're already only one blade away from getting the ultimate version, which unlocks one. So then we just need to... lack of dash is going to hurt me. So then we just need to make sure we kill a boss with one, if we can. And we've already gotten double scatter shots. That's a little bit... That's going to make things a little bit harder. The issue is, too, you would assume as far as a character that starts with an orbital, it's probably the one that you have to unlock with this, you know? 3 different types of orbitals, which makes it harder to get it. But this, too, like, orbitals will be easier to use on bosses when they're slower moving. Yeah, making sure you kill a boss with an orbital is just a pain. Like, feels like you either have to get really lucky or just completely, like, ignore every other, like, we're trying to do. So that it's just an incredibly low chance that anything else kills it because, like, your other stuff doesn't do damage. Like, we have no lasers. And I think we only have, like, projectile speed and... Yeah, like... Here, don't give more range to it, because then it's going to hit from further away. It's already about the same range as our orbitals. No, 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 no. Oh, come on. I don't know if that did it. That was really, really close. And here I can't dash. Like, the fact that I can't dash the entire run is really killing me inside, too. Makes sense, though. It's a hard unlock to get, you know? Oh, you know what? At least it did it in the menu. Use range projectile damage. I don't know if I got it, so I don't want to increase my projectile damage. Sorry, I had to sneeze. Whew. Come on, pick up the weapon. There we go. You want to give me the upgrade right now? If that's unfortunate. Let's just... You know what? We get a damage upgrade. Yeah, I was going to say per unique weapon type. I don't know. It just... Even doing what we're doing, it feels like it's just going to be luck. As to whether or not the orbital was what killed it there, or we get that. But what's nice is because we're skipping all utility perks this time, like we don't have to get a magnet at all with this character, we can kind of just focus early on damage. Like, we aren't falling behind as bad as we have on other runs, it feels, on damage. Like, I wouldn't say we're terribly caught up. But when you consider towards the end of that last run, we weren't even tickling, like, the small enemies. Not bad. It's the only one that isn't upgraded, but orbital damage. I wonder if it's more likely to give you... Like, I'm sure it's just a chance. But do you think it's more likely to give you silver and gold upgrades, like 2 times, 3 times? On things you don't have at all? Maybe that's just me, but, like, it gave me 2 on 2 things that I don't have at all. Like, maybe realizing that it wasn't going to be as useful. Whereas, you know, didn't get anything else otherwise. But as of this point, if it doesn't give me the orbital, because I think we do only have this one unlocked as far as they go, at least for this run, we will probably... Like, my orbitals aren't even hitting the boss. We will probably just go for a unique weapon. Yeah, here, like, let's just go... I don't want to go for the big boy laser. It's more powerful, but... Again, just to give our orbitals that extra chance to end. I'm pretty sure we've killed a boss with an orbital. But I don't know. So. I wish that it told you immediately, but it just doesn't. And that's okay. That's just how some games go. Orbital damage, look at that. I wonder if the ultimate one is just three of the blades. It'd be funny if it's like just one really big one, you know? Because we've seen like the big laser goes from 1 to 2 to just one more consistent laser. But these orbitals are tearing enemies when they're hitting them. You can see they're chunking pretty hard. I mean, they're doing double damage, so... Oh yeah, that's not bad. It is really hard to keep bosses at like a set distance though without dashing. Like the faster the bosses get, the harder it's gonna be because these orbitals... I do like that they're not like just a set circle around you. I actually really can appreciate that. They get closer and further away. It still makes it kind of difficult to use them consistently though, on just because they're orbitals, you know, on a boss. That's why I'm liking the idea of like that trailing one. Ah, there we go. Now just continue to not dash for the rest of the run, and as I understand it, that should unlock the one for getting the ultimate. Oh yeah, it does just make one really big one. Ah, that thing cuts through him like butter, jeez. Looks like a sun, not a razor blade. I don't know, maybe the way to go really is to just upgrade damage. It's just any other character wouldn't be as efficiently picking up this XP, you know? Every other character would have a ton of XP on the ground. But if you get those magnet upgrades, you're falling behind in damage. It's tough finding that balance. Really is on games like this. But I actually really like this character because when you consider like how highly, I mean, again, I've never streamed it, but how highly I valued Attract Orb in Vampire Survivors. Having a character that even if I take an XP penalty just doesn't even have to worry about it is really nice. Oh my gosh. The fact that, like, I know that doesn't look like a huge chunk, but when you consider that most other weapons, like, it's incredibly non-noticeable and you can see the health bar move down when the sun hits it, that's really cool. Oh. I was gonna take the, I saw the orbital damage at first, but that's 3 levels on the enemies bursting into bullets. Huge amount of crowd control. We actually, yeah, I was gonna say we actually have an ultimate weapon that can tear through enemies. Yeah, I really dislike that this run feels so good and I can't dash if I want that unlock. It's gonna be really embarrassing if it turns out it was a different weapon I needed. But I thought it was the ultimate version of this, and then don't dash. That's such a harsh restriction. It's what I did the first 2 runs, but like it's just a harsh... It's just a harsh condition to place. Okay, I can't believe I got out of that. Like, we're at threat 18 and we already feel stronger, I feel, than we did the entire... I feel like then I did the entire last run at like threat 40. Even with the scaling. Like, we're only at 2.52 enemy health scaling, but still. Oh. Oh my gosh. Like, even the bosses, like, I feel like we've already killed about a similar number of bosses in this run as we did last one, because we weren't focusing them down. Here we actually do, I think, get the new weapon. Yeah, I was gonna say, because we get... It's not a huge multiplier, granted. But we've already got the orbital... Oh, dang it. We've already got the orbital unlock we came for. So, might as well. Just go for the pull-on all-around damage increase, because that also helps, you know. Does it help to get, like, another bunch of bullets from, like, my minigun that we're not relying on? Or, you know, give 7% to our carry weapon. Nice stuff, though. Nice stuff. Yeah, I really like the exploding into bullets thing. I don't know if it's just like a, you know, feeling type thing. It might not even be doing that much, but just seeing all those green bullets pop out feels like it's really helpful. Because in a clump of enemies, every single one is going to hit, you know? But that might honestly be one of those things that's not actually doing a whole lot. It just feels like it does. Come on, game. I can't dash. Boomerang bullets. Return. None of these are that helpful. I'm actually going to agree. Get halfway to the next... Like, it's just none of those are... We have a good number of guns, but we haven't taken, like, any upgrades to anything that's not orbitals in terms of damage. I think we have, like, one range upgrade, maybe. So just... At this point, it feels a little bit too little too late. Just get to the next level and try and get another upgrade. You can drop armor when you're at full armor. Well, by the time I get up there, I might not have full armor. Especially since we're doing a non-dash run. Can I pick it up and go overshield? I shouldn't have done that. I think that just did nothing. I was curious. I should have just left it up there as backup health, though. That's awkward. Words cannot describe how sad I'm going to be if this was not the... I just know it's one of the orbitals. Get an ultimate version of an orbital and don't dash for the entire run. If it wasn't this one, then I'm causing myself a lot of pain for no reason. Like, a lot of pain for no reason. Yeah, this is what I was talking about earlier, though. Without being able to dash, repositioning my orbital onto this boss that's just following me so closely, not going so well. I was worried this would be downfall. It's why, again, though, I'm really looking forward to the weapon that potentially just follows you behind. Because that would be insane for most bosses, I feel. Alright, no new weapons, so we'll just max out the auto repeater. I think this is the first time we've gotten 2 ultimates, because we've well, been spacing out weapons a lot, but also just not really being optimal, probably. Yeah, it's just so nice not having to worry about picking up XP, because it really does feel like, despite the 75% decrease, with the fact that nothing's going to waste, we're probably actually a higher level than we would have been. And that could be a skill thing too, but I'm very appreciative of it. And at the end of the day, I suppose that's what counts. A double orbital damage increase. 200% damage increase. We're actually at level 8. Oh, I thought I ran into that. It's just every time I glance at like the upper right or bottom left to see like my threat level stats or something, you take your eyes off your character for 1 second, and you just almost run into things. Ooh. So we're at 27, like... I don't know, it just blows my mind how much stronger we are compared to other runs. For how early in the run it is. Oh. Oh! Man. But the further we're getting in these runs, the more I'm wondering if it really is just a situation where there is no, like, final endgame, like, this is death, death is coming to say hi. Oops. Type thing. Or if, you just kind of keep going until enemies have so much health scaling that you just die and the enemy cap is raised. Because if the enemy cap is continually going up too, that's a good way to lag out my computer. My computer's already struggling, you know? Again, I don't get it. I run like Genshin Impact and Tower Fantasy at max settings. Those are games that require way more RAM. Again, I know it's a CPU issue, but it just... it blows my mind. But give me a few months. I'll have a better computer, probably. I'm also looking to try and move out. Finally become a bit more of a independent. I mean, moving out in this day and age it's hard, you know. Same thing with like college. It's so expensive that when I'm the type of person that hesitates all the time too. I'm not 100% certain what I want to do, so I'm terrified of. Oh, you can just get more of them? What? Huh. I mean, I don't think that's a good idea, but that's interesting. But I'm terrified of committing to like a 4-year degree with so much debt if I don't know 100% that's what I want to do. So that's why I started working full-time job. It pays pretty well. Some warehouse work, and then I'm going to be trained to be a driver. Not like a CDL driver, but it's going to be nice. Like, it'll be nice. I have a friend who's worked out at this company for like a year, and another one who just left but worked out there for several years, and it's a stable job, you know? And that's what I think I need in my life, is a little bit of stability. I mean, you can probably tell by my erratic stream schedule when I was streaming more often. But I really will try to stream at least once or twice a week on weekends. And then maybe once I'm a little bit more used to the pacing of my job, because right now I'm just so tired all the time. Even once, like I said, I got my ISP issue and my PC, like, minor issues somewhat sorted out. Just exhausted. But hey, that's life. Part of what I think working towards and doing what you really want is being willing to put in that effort. And can't say I'm the best about that, but I really do love streaming, even just casually. Even if nothing ever comes out of it, it's fun for me. Alright, let's go. Yeah, this boss is... Come on, lasers, you can do it. If we run away long enough, we'll be fine. The issue is I think we just, without being able to dash this run to get that unlock, arguably for that unlock I should just die now and see if I get it, but, you know, I'm not a quitter. But again, if we could just dash, it'd make my life so much easier. But all it takes is pressing that space button once, and an achievement that says, without dashing during the run is null and void. Oh, there we go. Ow. Yeah, only threat 33. Like, I don't know if threat goes... I would assume it just goes up by the number of enemies you kill. It seems like that's the case, but... Oh, that was just me being dumb. I feel like we've killed way more enemies this time than we did last run. Maybe it's a combination of time and enemies killed. Maybe it's just one or the other. It's a roguelike, like nothing's going to be explained to you, but I'm sure... And again, I think this game came out on the 21st, and it's like the 20... Is it the 22nd or 23rd? 22nd. So it came out yesterday. Oh, that little guy almost just took me right out. Yeah, I'm trying to remember if we're... I think we're 2 out of 3 on the one of the lasers, too, so we might be able to get a third ultimate. Would be pretty cool. It really does seem like I was very wrong, though. Even with, like, the one we have now that gives us damage increase per unique weapon, it feels like the solution is go for 2 or 3, maybe, ultimate weapons, if you can. The issue is, you can't, like, pass up on boss, because it's a boss drop, not an upgrade, like you can here. So sometimes you're just gonna get bad luck. And you're going to have a bunch of different weapons. It's part of roguelikes, though, is making what you can of what you have. But that's what makes them fresh. Like I said, I played so much of that Arknight's roguelike recently. Like, legitimately, so much of it in my time off. Like, it's crazy. Because, like, a single run of that roguelike takes, like, 45 minutes to completion. But, super fun. Alright, what have we got? I know I just said about taking a unique weapon. I'm tempted to get the artillery. Let's try a plasma sweep. It feels like... I'm sure projectiles are also doing work on the bosses that are chasing us. Don't get me wrong. But the visually thing that I see the most is the lasers. But the bullets are obviously just rapid firing out from us too. Either way, we could try and get one of each. If we survive one more boss and we get that, have an ultimate laser, an ultimate bullet, and an ultimate orbital. And no explosions, but, you know. That poor last character, I swear. We're going to have to focus on explosions for a run or two to unlock that. But that's what we're doing with orbitals now. And then we need to do an actual run once we have them unlocked to get all the orbitals. So, interesting stuff. Oh, gosh. Yeah, you can see, like, the bullets are also hitting the boss. It's basically everything except our first ultimate. Oh, ultimate. That's a good timing on the shield, right as we get hit. Oh, that's not good. Sorry about that. I don't know. I've looked back in replays on some streams when I get a little freeze. And sometimes it does show it, sometimes it doesn't. I would assume if my screen freezes for a second or two, the stream freezes for a second or two. Which is unfortunate, but... I know at least when I record during my stream is what I should say is... Because what I was doing before, obviously, was I was streaming on Twitch. And then I would record it at the same time, and then upload the VOD to YouTube so I had it on one of my channels. Whereas now, I'm not recording it, which is actually, you would think, less intensive on my computer. But it's only one stream, and I've never really gone back and watched the stream VOD on Twitch to see if that's the case. So maybe I'll pick up on the VOD here in a bit and scroll through it and see. I don't know if I'll remember, like, I guess we're at 150. I don't know if I'll remember exactly when it was freezing, because it's like a second or two, but I really don't know how to fix it. You know, I've restarted my computer, done all my updates, updated drivers, and all that stuff, and it did help with, like, the minor PC issue I was having was actually a GPU issue. I was having some weird stuff with that. But, you know, regardless. Threat 41. I think we were at around 41, 42 when we died last time. That's hilarious. We're at the same threat as we did last time. Without being able to dash the entire run for this unlock. That's actually really funny. Whereas, to be fair, last time we were so, like, I'm gonna dash that we invested, like, 10 or 11 points into dash upgrades and dash damage. So we didn't do any damage when we weren't dashing. But it's almost like having the power of short iframes is causing me to play more stupidly. Because I'm like, I can just dash here. And then the issue was I was dashing through the enemies and not really thinking about where I'd end up. Because I'd have enough to go through, like, the big clump in the middle we have here. But then I'd pop out on the other side and I'd be like, huh. Well, hopefully I don't run into anything over here. But threat 43, the boss is, like, you gotta go down eventually, my man. Like, or, well, whatever you are. I think this one was a robot, actually. I mean, it's a space game, so it's probably a robot or, like, an alien or something. But it does feel like we've gotten back to the point where bosses don't die. Nor are we really leveling up. Oh, I thought... Ooh. Oh, dang, when they get so close to you, if I have to take a sharp turn to avoid something else, I get hit. That's where you would... I feel like a broken record at this point. Sorry. But that's where I would dash. But that's okay. It had better be worth it, I swear. If I show up and I see that I didn't unlock it, I'm gonna be so sad. Threat 45, though. Seriously, this is like the highest threat we've been, and it's the dumbest, like, unlock run. I'd like to think that means that I'm getting better, too, but I feel like we just have a better build. Where'd me that again? So you can just get it. Yeah, it looks like you really can just repeat weapons once they're ultimate. But I really do feel like let's just upgrade the weapons we have. I mean, again, it goes back to we get that unique weapon bonus. And it never hurts to have more weapons. But that's what I feel like other runs were suffering from. And this run is currently also suffering from damage. But like other runs, if we add like 5 level 1 weapons, there's no, like, quote-unquote carry weapon. Whereas here we have 2 ultimates. If you look at the bottom left, it's the second and the rightmost one, it looks like. Wonder why it orders it like that, actually. I wasn't paying attention. Dang it. That's what I'm talking about. I was trying to look down at the bottom left. But it's the second one and the furthest one to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The 8th. The second and the 8th. You can tell because they have, like, a golden tinge. Oh my goodness. What is that? Oh no. Well, when I was talking about maybe there not being, like, a big boss endgame... Oh, yeah, this is it. Without dashing, I'm not getting away from this. Ah, that's okay. I really hope I got that unlocked. Well, I was talking about there maybe being, like, a endgame boss like Death that might be it. That we killed 11 bosses, wow. But yeah, that might be it. I wonder if that, or that could just be once the threat goes high enough they show up. We got a trophy. 6 unlocks. Snap back to your original position after death. That sounds like a terrible idea. That's how I'm gonna die. Close distance orbital weapon. Okay, that's 1 new orbital. And it's close. We did! Okay, perfect. It was all worth it. Alright, I'll take it. Distant clobber, so we got high distance, low distance. Oh, and the trailing. Nice! Okay, so now we can definitely go for that. Don't mind me, just gonna be greedy real quick. Anyway, now we can go for this guy, Gary. And then after that, we'll work on unlocking, you know, explosives and then go for Pyrrhec. But I'm going to keep doing it on Old Major, though. I really like this character. But yeah, let's focus on orbitals and see what we can do. This game has some really good music, too. The Xenoblade Syndicate. I wonder, that probably just affects what enemies you see now I think about it. Wonder if it's random or a rotation. Yeah, speaking of music, I've been thinking about getting back into doing covers. I know my YouTube channel just has one kind of scuffed cover of Time of Your Life by Green Day. But I really do love singing. It's one of the many things, though, like, now that I'm working full-time, too, I have a little bit less time. But, oh, we got the close range one. Close range and trailing are the ones I really wanted. But, I just enjoy singing. I enjoy making music. I enjoy playing instruments, even if the only one I own still is a flute. Like, I pull enemies towards you while dashing. That seems a bit dangerous. Just get something random. But it's one of my passions. Eventually I want to get, you know, next to a PC upgrade, I'd like to get a better mic. I have a decent mic. I have the Quadcast S. A good mic for recording, just not exactly like a vocals mic, you know? But I'd love to get a good mic. I've had multiple people suggest different programs to me. I have a friend who's trying to get into like EDM music making. So, lots of cool stuff. Lots of cool stuff for sure. Another boss. Wow, that's fast. Ooh, okay. Gold version. I love this. I love this one. I don't know how many options there are from these. Like, one skill from this group, whatever the red symbol is, and then one skill from attack mods, one skill from like the mobility. But even if it's only 2 weapons right now, that's good. And our goal right now is to unlock the oops, that's awkward. I need to remember I can dash again. I'm trying to get my orbital in there, but I need to remember I got hit again. Oops. That's awkward. Nice, that's 2 orbitals. I mean, we just need to, if we get really lucky, we just have to fight one more boss, and then we can get the unlock. But, you know, just interesting stuff. I still need to learn how to, like, edit videos. Like, I've learned how to make my own somewhat scuffed thumbnails. I use Canva, I think it's called. Actually, maybe I should take in the dash projectiles. But, hey. But, like, I still need to learn how to, like, for example, take an image and cut out the background. Because I never learned how to use, like, Photoshop. You know how people do those really cool things where, like, they'll accentuate the shadows and stuff on thumbnails to make them pop more. And they'll take, like a Genshin thumbnail, you'll see the people take out, like, this character, put it on this background. I've always admired people who can do stuff like that. And I know a lot of that's just learning how to do it and then getting faster at it. Same thing with editing. You always hear how, like, people starting out to do fully edited content, it takes them, like, a long time at first. Oh, that's a new boss. But then once they get used to it, they can do it faster and faster. But just one of those things where, like, there's a lot of things I want to do that arguably I should have maybe been more on when I was unemployed. But it's going to take dedication. And I'm willing to work hard at it, but I need to get part of my life in line. You know? Like I was saying earlier, I'm looking to try and eventually move out. Get just, I don't know. Figure stuff out. Hey, 3 times orbital speed could be good. I'm still not sure if it's like I need to hold the orbital on enemy or if it's just when they pass through once, so we'll go for that and see. Eventually, I'm sure someone will figure that out, but like I said, with the way this game genre kind of works, I can't imagine it's like Isaac where I need to just like get something like duct tape in Isaac where it just sits on him, you know? That'd be neat if that's how it worked, but it doesn't feel like it's a ticking. It does feel like it's like a spinning razor blade. You smack him with it. It also hurt to have him sit on you, granted, but, you know. But we're at the point, too, where we should probably be trying to aggressively dash through everything. Because as long as our weapons can, like our laser when we dash can kill things, get those bursts as well. We need to kill as many, like, rank and file enemies to get some scrap, I think, early on. Because later on, you saw, we were running constantly through the crowd, but not killing anything. Same thing with early bosses. We just need to be as aggressive, I think, early game as we can. Granted, that's how we took 2 hits, like, immediately, but, you know. Alright, new projectile? Ooh. So do we get the close range? Let's go for the character unlock. This gives us the character unlock. It's our 3rd range. Oh, it also gives us that, yeah, unique weapon. Oh, dang it. That's fine. If we die right now, we get... I could have restored shield points, granted. But if we die right now, we have our new character. I have an idea, though, that this is going to be my favorite character no matter what. But, you know. But it does feel like there's an unlock for getting the ultimate of each weapon at least once, so hopefully that's offered to us again next time. Yeah, I really like, though, that we're on, like, a quote-unquote different map, though, and every enemy seems like they're, even if it's just color scheme and slight design-wise, really cool to see how many different enemies there are. Like, there's still, like, the little dot enemies, there's still roughly similar shaped enemies, but it's just an entirely different color scheme, which I can appreciate. Because a lot of thought, I think, goes into stuff like that. A lot of work, surprisingly. Like, I remember I took a minor programming, like, it wasn't a class, it was like a programming club in school. But we learned how to use, like, certain basic programming tools and such, and it really made me appreciate, like, it's got to be so hard to, I mean, do, like, the crazy things that people do. You know, it just blows my mind to think about. That does sound really cool. It doesn't feel like there's something that we get for, like, trying everything out at least once. That reminds me of Echo from League. You know, you do a quick little dash or something, or get in, and then you zip back to where you were. I just feel like, with how much we're kiting everything in a circle, I'm going to do that, and I'm going to snap back. Even with the iframes you get after dash, I'm going to snap back right into an enemy and die. And it's going to be really sad. We're still at the point that we can just dash through the big clump of enemies and kill most of them, so gotta make use of that. Oh, okay. That was one thing I appreciate about streaming on my Switch, though, for so long, is, stream never lagged at all from the CPU issues I've had for a long time. It even did the same thing in, like, Slay the Spire, just Slay the Spire wasn't exactly something that it mattered on, you know? And speaking of, I'd like to do another Slay the Spire stream. I haven't played that game in months. Literally since the last time I streamed it, and I really enjoy that game. I wasn't very good at it, but generally speaking, I'm not like Oops. That's awkward. I'm not crazy good at... Sad as it might be to say, I'm not, like, crazy good at games in general. I just enjoy myself, and I think that's what's important. I don't really play ranked in games anymore, honestly. I will say on console Overwatch, I was like, and I didn't play console Overwatch ranked, because it did get really toxic, even when people can't just immediately type angry things. People would send you messages, and I just always felt bad, you know? And I was a tank player. I've heard in Overwatch 2, you only actually have one tank, which is scary, because already Overwatch was like the game, whereas in a lot of other games, I feel like every game like that where there's roles, you get one role that's notoriously, like, people will harp on them the most if you're losing, regardless of whether or not it's their fault. And I feel like that was tank in Overwatch. And I've heard that tanks are really broken because they changed it from 6v6 to 5v5 with one tank. But then it's, like, super on you, you know? You know, like, it just, it makes me really nervous. Answer orbital super, ooh. It really does make me nervous, because I just don't like the contention. It's why I don't play ranked in any game anymore. I guess it just, I don't know. I feel like it just speaks that people are passionate about games, you know, when they get upset about them. But I know, like, I tend to tilt too as well. I'm not innocent of it, and that's why I would rather keep things casual, and keep things wholesome. Especially for what I choose to stream, because I don't want to be the person that spreads those types of vibes, you know? Just not what I'm really going for. But, yeah, like, I haven't played Ranked Overwatch. The last season, I think I played Ranked Overwatch on console. Mind you, I never played it on PC once I got a PC. I didn't even play that much Overwatch in general on PC, to be honest. I was, like, high plat, low diamond. I played, like, 5 or 6 seasons. But it was around that rank every single season. Not terribly impressive, but the average is gold. Unless that changed over time. So, it was above average. At least. But I remember, like, the last season I played was the season Orisa came out, which was like 8 or 9, I want to say. Maybe it wasn't the season she came out, but it was around that time. But I remember every now and then on PC I'd hop in and play some quick play with some friends, and it was just crazy. Like, I had a game where my friend and I were the tanks. We were playing in, like, a 4-stack. And unironically, my friend had all of the... I know it's a meme in that game of, like, having gold medals versus whatnot, but we were just playing a quick play. And we lost, but between my friend and I, we had all the gold medals as the tanks, and, like, I think it was 4 of the 5 silvers. Well, we didn't have the healing one, I guess, because we were tanks, but we had, so I guess of the remaining 4, damage, kills, it's like kills, damage, assists, and it's been a long time, actually. It was something like that. But all of the, like, actual damage ones, you know, we had, like, all of them except one of the gold and silvers, but we both got flamed really hard. And we were just sitting there like, neither of us wanted to be toxic, but they're like, what else could we do? The tanks were the top 2 damage, and we have 2 specific DPS characters. But that's the type of thing, too, you say to people, and they get even more angry. It's just not worth it for me. Anyway, ooh, Distant Clobber, another ultimate projectile. Or orbital. Nice. Do all of the... I wonder if all the orbitals just turn into, like... I know they're still razor blades, but they just look like mini suns. Laser... You know what? Sure. We're at the point where... I feel like most runs feel like they get to this point too so far. Where you end up having at least one of every weapon. So if you're getting an upgrade, it might not be as helpful. But it's still upgrading something you're using, you know? So, it's something. Yeah, that feels like it was a pretty big power boost. We just cleared out that grouping pretty fast. And wow, I had been wondering too, I wonder if we just unlocked it. I know I talked about it in previous runs, whether or not, whether or not there would be, why does it feel like I always get an armor drop right as I take damage? But, getting a shorter dash cooldown, you know? Because we knew you could get dash length. So, pretty cool stuff. That's going to give us lasers on it. Oh, this is a good run if we don't die. Because we're only on thread 18 and we're this strong. Like, I thought last run we were pretty strong early. In fact, I kind of want to see how long I can take this run, so I might just take armor if it's offered to me next time. I hate doing it because you're using your, you know, valuable scrap up level and health, but if it offers it to you. Whereas, like, you can technically find health on the ground, but still. Some runs, like in roguelikes, I feel like you just don't get attached to, and you're like, it's fine if I die. This is one of those runs that I'm liking what we got. And now that we can dash, if we could get to that big, scary... Hey, another armor. If we can get to that big, scary spaceship, what's to say we couldn't actually use our dash cooldown? That's really up more often. Maybe even get it shorter by then, and just keep out-dashing them and let our orbitals tear them apart. It's possible. I don't know how likely it is, because I don't know how hard it is to kill that thing, because we tickled it and then died, but it is possible. Like, even bosses, like, they're not going down fast. You can tell. You know, boss DPS tends to slow down pretty hard in this game, I think. But you can tell we're still doing it at a decent pace. Like, it feels like every run as we're unlocking more and more stuff, which I guess is the point. It feels like we're able to keep up just a little bit longer, you know? It's just a little bit longer before bosses become practically immortal, and it takes a year and a half for them to die. Did I get hit there? Trailing droid, okay. Scrap gain chance for... Oh, that's tough. That's really tough. Did we go for the econ? Threat 21. I'm going to be really greedy here. The other one would have been a pretty big DPS upgrade, but we're only at threat 21. I think we can afford to be a little bit greedy on an econ perk like that for just a little bit longer. Like, see? Already another level up. But we'll go for like a shorter damage up here. Because it goes back to the theory, this character doesn't waste any scrap. As far as not picking it up goes. So, a big scrap gain like that ensures that you're going to get more levels, which gives you the chance to get more 2x, 3x upgrades too. It might not be the case, but that's what's powerful about things like, I always say this about like the D6 and Isaac. It's not that the D6 by itself is like, oh, it is broken, but it's not like it's, oh, you win combat with this. It gives you the chance to reroll and get Godhead, Sacred Heart, you know, Brimstone. And that's what's important in roguelikes a lot of time with randomized item pools and stuff and upgrade chances. Is it's not even always about the immediate power, it's about the chance to, oh dang it, the chance to get power. And now as I'm saying all that, I'm about to die. Oh no. Alright, gotta focus up though. I really hope this next scrap upgrade gives me shields. Oh, that boss melted though, jeez. More drone. I'm just gonna go for orbitals. They're all mirroring our lasers. Why not? Please give me a health up. No. Scrap gain? Okay, fine. Yeah, we are hanging on by a thread. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, no! Okay, we got a shield. Oh, I thought we immediately lost it there. I was about to say, well, I would have died then. Yeah, look at how fast we're gaining levels, too. That's crazy. It's the combination of picking up everything, even at 75% efficiency, and getting the extra, and then we picked up a good amount. Like, we're at like 60-something% free. Let's go for this. We have a shield that just spawned. Otherwise, I might have considered shield there for the boss, but... Ooh, the boss tried to gatekeep the shield from me. Oh, look at that, though. That's crazy. Threat 25 and the bosses are still melting like paper. That's so satisfying. Oh, that bullet's gonna come clap my cheeks. Hey, another ultimate. Nice. We have so many spinning golden saw blades. It's crazy. And then it pops the enemies, and the enemies pop into those green projectiles. So satisfying. Projectile damage, that's just not that helpful. So 2% damage, that'd be an extra 12% damage, right? Yeah, well, 10% because we have 5 weapons. Okay, so it doesn't count the repeated one. That makes sense. It does say unique. And I know we have 1 repeat of the orbitals. But the orbitals are doing work. Like, I wonder, we should unlock that character that was unlocked through 3 orbitals. You would assume they start with an orbital based on that unlock condition. Do I go for the full... I don't think we need it. Maybe dash lasers would have been good too. Because you have to consider every dash laser is now mirrored on every single orbital we have. So it's either just damage on the orbitals themselves or that. I wonder if eventually we can get a size increase on the orbitals. Because the only noticeable size increase we had on them was when we, you know, upgrade them to ultimate and they become much bigger. Because ordinarily in a lot of games like this, I think size increases are somewhat lost. But if you're doing an orbital build, you know, make sure that they hit. Either way. 27, another trailing droid, perfect. The one thing I will say is, like, our dash... Oh, I got hit. Dang it. Well, let's go for a little bit of speed. It's okay, we still have 1 shield. I think I'd like to stay at least 2 shields. So if I'm offered another shield when I'm at 1 or 0, well, obviously 0, I'll go for it. Otherwise, I'll probably be greedy. But the more aggressively, I mean, the more shields we have, the more aggressively we can play. Meaning that, oh no. Speaking of, and then I was going to say the more scrap we gain. To gain those levels, but, oh, I thought I could squeeze through. Oh, we were right at a level 2 that could have given us shield. Dang it. That's disappointing because that was a really strong run. That's okay. 120 credits gains. I wonder how close we are to maxing out. Temporary damage increase but close to enemies. I wonder what... Oh, it increases the radius. That's cool. Ignore upgrade group restrictions. That's really cool. So you can get like the dashing, all the dashing perks. Keep one weapon when going ultimate. Okay, so you get one more towards the next one. There it is. Gary. They said I had fertility issues. What was that? Hey, loitering projectile. Stationary projectile for wrecking pursuers. Okay, so you like... It's like a proximity mine, you would assume. That's really cool. Like, we got 121 cash off that one, like... Oh, it's only going up by 1% now. Maybe we should... I knew it'd be diminishing. I didn't realize how much diminishing returns it'd be. Let's, stop being greedy with our credits gain. That... It's not full, which isn't so satisfying, but it's going up by a tiny tick every time. I do wonder if 200% is max, but... So what do we value more? Just pure damage, scrap gain for levels. Shield drops. I'm a simple man. Let's go for damage. For now. With how many we're getting per run, I mean, we can do quite a few upgrades. Maybe just do them evenly, because all of those sound pretty helpful. Anyways, we need to do some explosive runs eventually. Maybe we'll do that next time. Let's do a run on... Gary. They said I had fertility issues. I said I'll make my own sons. Bam, the future is now, baby. Orbitals act as autonomous murdered... What? I knew it'd be an orbital-focused character. That's super cool. Let's try that out. Another orbital. I'm really liking the orbitals. It's funny because I hate orbitals in Isaac. But the Xeno Syndicate's the same one as last time. Oh yeah, they just see... That solves the issue of sometimes our orbitals being too close or too far. That's helpful. Oh, we have to collect all our scrap again. I forgot about that. So we're going to need some magnet perks or something. That, or we could just... Maybe some dash perks. That's crazy. It wasn't joking when it said autonomous murder drone. Jeez. The only question is if it sticks to the boss, is it just going to like only hit the boss, or is it bouncing? It's not even hitting the boss. Oh. I was about to say, it doesn't even look like it's hitting the boss, and then it just destroyed it. 2 kinetic drones, or let's go for 1 of each. Magnet range up. What is this? Oh, it's a mine. I would assume that can't hurt me. If it could, it'd be really upsetting. To say the least. But it seems like our orbitals with this character, they basically do the same circular pattern until they find an enemy and then just home in on them, which is super cool. I really like that. Alright then, dash effects trigger on that. So do we go for the longevity or do we go for the dash effects? We don't have a dash effect. I'm going to go for the longevity. But that, I really like that perk, especially if you're going for an orbital run. You get like lasers or dash bullets. Super powerful. So, very, very nice. But yeah, we'll go back to the issue of potentially having a hard time collecting. Oh, I didn't even see that, honestly. I was focusing on the boss icon. We're back to the issue, though, that... Did it just get stuck on my proximity mine? That's pretty cool. Hey, we got that anyways. Now we just need to get a dash effect. That's crazy. It, like, got sucked into the mine. But if I'm offered a It's a spawn decoy to attract an... That's what it is. It's a decoy, not a mine. Okay. That's really cool. And we got our... The upgraded armor already paid off. Yeah, that's really cool. I wonder how often you spawn those out. Either way. Let's keep going. Move through. I'd like more magnet range. Pull enemies towards... I don't think I want that. It could be cool. So if that's the dash skill, it pulls them into our orbitals. That could be really good. But I'm a big fan of the laser. I'm also a big fan of enemies bursting into projectiles. Feel like that's done really well for crowd control. The dangerous thing I will say about this character is if we focus so heavily on projectiles, like we don't even have any bullets or lasers right now. The only other thing we have is the decoy mine. Does it hurt me? Okay, it doesn't. I figured surely not, but the one downside is that when they're out homing in on enemies, it could leave us a little bit vulnerable. But that's something we'll worry about when it comes to be an issue. Nice thing when you don't have a dash like laser or something like that too is I don't really need to worry about using my dash for damage. So I can just use it to collect things or to stay safe. Right then, another droid. Like I said, I mean, if I'm offered a projectile, until we go for the explosion upgrade, which it seems like unlocking that last character, similar to what it was with this character, is going to take one run to unlock, or one or multiple runs, I suppose. When you... ooh, both of these could be good. But it takes like 1 or 2 runs to unlock all the things. Like right now, it's, you know, that last characters get 4 explosions, and we only have like 1 unlock that we never take. So it takes some runs to get that. And then it takes some... I'm actually not a fan of any of these. Then it takes some runs to actually collect them. You know, and it depends on RNG and such. Like, this character only took 1 for each, but for all we know, the explosions could be a little bit more tricky to get, you know? I really want this, but that's a gold upgrade on the explosion thing. But yeah, I didn't realize that it like sucked enemies in. That's crazy powerful. You've seen the boss just get sucked right into him and just die. Pretty crazy. Hopefully this boss gives us a final upgrade on one of our weapons. See, this is another one. I like this one more without knowing what the like the damage increase per enemies, like for enemies being close proximity. We're constantly dashing through enemies, so you would assume that would trigger pretty often. The issue is it just says it increases like damage and radius. It doesn't tell you what the increase is, so it's hard to tell if it's worth it. I don't know which one of these is stronger. Let's go with the newer one, you know? The bluish tinged one was the original one, so, you know, why not? And we're still getting upgrades at a decent level. Finally, an orbital damage upgrade. Kind of crazy that they were doing their base damage, actually, when you think about it, because they've been wrecking base. I'm about to run into a droid. Oops. Projectile damage. There we go. Dash laser. Yeah, this character just feels like it wants to go heavily into that and see all those lasers spawning around. Like, now it does benefit us to upgrade lasers a little bit, but this character feels like it just focuses on... I mean, it makes sense thematically, but... And then, like, you'd only really upgrade into, like, lasers or bullets if you have the perk I have now, where you duplicate dash effects and you have one of those dash effects. Otherwise, you would just focus heavily on orbitals and maybe skip other things. Because right now, if it gives me, like, 3 bullet upgrades, what's that going to do, you know? I have no bullet upgrades. Ooh, that's tough. So the new... See, this is actually what I thought our passive was. I gotta try the new thing, and just hope that we're offered that. We have two of the things, so the next boss will probably give us an ultimate anyways. That was greedy, but I want to see it. Look at all those mines. That drops a good number. Big magnet upgrade. Dash duration could have been good. That is a good number of mines. I didn't think it'd be that often. Granted, that might mean they're not as powerful, which would be unfortunate. Yeah, the one big downside with dashing through enemies like this too is we like dash through, kill everything, but since we're not the previous character, we're not always getting like we have to make a pass back through. But the magnet, I mean, we're at 181% magnet. We've got a pretty respectable distance on sucking and scrap. Orbital, yeah. Especially on homing orbitals, like, gotta be powerful. Like, we are just... Like I keep saying, it's just every run progressive, I'm like, man, this is better than the last runs we've had. And it makes sense we're unlocking more stuff, but it's like... progressively getting stronger and stronger. Scrap gain's good. Take this. My big concern is just, again, hitting that point where you're falling behind in power, and I just don't know if that's like a play thing, be more aggressive, or optimizing upgrades and such, but it just does feel like it hits that point. We did not get an ultimate, but now we have 3 orbitals that are at that point. So, we'll get there eventually. Projectile cooldown. Not helpful. Boomerang bolt, not helpful. That's something. And I don't know if it's worth it like there. Like, is it worth it to get 1 level on the green bullets that enemies explode? Because we're not... That's our only projectiles, I guess, right now. Is it worth it to get those? I like them because they're crowd control. But... arguably, that they might not be, like, a universally good thing like I'm taking them as. I mean, it's free damage, but... orbital damage has to be, yeah. Here we go. Here's the next boss. Like, it's fun that we're actually looking forward to bosses spawning right now because we just murder them so fast because our orbitals just lock onto them and destroy them. Let alone our decoy that they get sucked into and our mines. I really can't tell how much our mines are doing. But it's one of those, like, it's a damage source that destroys everything that follows us. Which is almost never a bad thing in a game like this where everything's, you know, chasing us. Alright, come on, give me an ultimate. Perfect. Ultimate kinetic droid. Here we go. Alright, magnet roost. Knock on wood, I don't think we need this. Laser size could be fun when you consider how many lasers spitting out with all our drones, but let's go for the magnet range here. I mean, look at that ultimate though, just it gets into a group of enemies and it just starts bouncing between them all. It's crazy. Oh no. Oh, thank goodness for iframes. Hey, 3 times upgrade on the laser, that's good. Increases damage range and size. I just wish I knew, like, obviously on stuff like that you get the, yeah, like that's visually, but that's 3 upgrade levels, you know, how much is 1? Oh, dang it. I tried to be cheeky there, stutter back a bit, and then dash back through. So 2% per unique weapon. I don't think we actually... be like, we'll go for this. Right after I talked a little about not sure if that's actually hugely meaningful, but... I was hoping to try and beat the big spaceship today, but this will probably be my last run. I wanted to get a good stream in, which I feel like we've done a good amount, but I do have some other stuff that needs to get taken care of today. And then like I was saying, I gotta get back to work on weekdays. I really don't know what the hours I'm going to be working, how possible it'll be to stream more than like... It'd be like a 1 or 2 hour stream if I stream on weekdays, and I just... Oh, oops. I like streaming for more than that, but... This run is starting to fall apart as we're taking a bunch of damage. Oh, the magnet, okay. It's always fun seeing the magnet, though, and seeing how much you've left behind. Because we have a good magnet range boost, but let's go for damage here. Since we're about to pick up everything. Alright, what we got? Hoping for shields, that's fine. Burst on hit. Oh, we only got 1 level out of that. Less than I thought, maybe. Yeah, we gotta be a little bit more careful here. I say as I dash through enemies. Because we are down to 1 shield. So, 1 more hit and we're dead. Oh, I was gonna go back for that XP. Alright. Burst into projectiles, yes. That's 3 levels. Feels so good to get those gold and silver ones, though, honestly. Just, I don't know, even if they maybe aren't like the quote-unquote most efficient thing, it feels efficient. You know, oh, that's not good. I panicked. Alright, that's another ultimate. But yeah, I'm wondering, we're only at threat 17. Does the big spaceship show up at a certain threat level, or is it certain time? I really don't know, because we've only seen it once, and it was during the run that we couldn't dash, so we died immediately. Right, let's see. Oh, let's get that big magnet range. And hopefully not die immediately. There's our armor. Come on. Dash to it. Nice. A little bit of something. I will still take... Like I said, for me, I don't need to be at full because then it feels like you're wasting it if you get the opportunity. So I like to sit at 2. I think is where I'll feel comfortable at. Alright, let's do... Dash duration could be really good, but... You have to consider when we're spewing out lasers and all our orbitals are spitting out lasers. That's a little bit longer duration for all that to be going on too, but... Oh gosh. It's just one of the many, many games. I feel like so many games nowadays, even non-roguelikes, you just end up with so much on the screen that it's just kind of overwhelming. Yeah, look at that. You get all the orbitals on the boss, and the boss just turns into paper, I swear. Although I don't know, like... Yeah, they don't stay on them forever, which is what I was concerned about. I actually think that's a good thing. Because later on, if you're fighting like a super high health boss, and you're... all of your stuff refuses to leave the boss, then you have nothing to deal with everything else. And there wouldn't be a way, I think, to program it so like, okay, this one stays on the boss, everything else doesn't, you know? Because that would actually be ideal. Program it so like one of my ultimates stays on bosses permanently and then the other one bounces. But I have no idea how you'd program it or even make that like a selectable option. Yeah, I really can't tell how much these mines are doing. Like, you can see how many mines we're like pooping out as we go through. But then you see enemies run through them and it doesn't seem like it's definitely not the focal point of this build. And we've had a surprisingly low number of orbital damage upgrades. Now that I think about it. We've just had so many other things, and the fact that this character in general makes orbitals so much more efficient, you know? Like, my favorite character is definitely... Oh, dang it. My favorite character is definitely the XP one. Because that makes XP more efficient, but this character makes orbitals way more efficient. Oh, gosh. I hate to get too far away from... Uh-oh. Oh, don't do me dirty. Okay. Scared that the game was going to do me dirty. Okay, no shields. Dash cooldown. Dash cooldown, yeah. Love the lasers, but... Right now I'm worried about safety. Wait, I died. Wait, I died. Oh, no! I didn't even see what killed me there. We only got orbital size was a thing. I was wondering. That's good to know. Let's grab some upgrades. Yeah, I'm only getting like 1% per every few upgrades now. That's crazy. Talk about diminishing returns. Probably why it's a good idea to level stuff like that evenly. Either way, guys, I'm going to go ahead and end the stream there. I don't know when I'll stream next, whether it'll be next weekend, tomorrow. It really will probably for a month or two be 1 or 2 streams, most likely 1 per week. But I'm glad to be back doing random streams and stuff. I do think it'll be easier to stream on YouTube, though, for sure, since I don't have to upload the VODs. Because that does take a long time, because it's not just uploading it from the recording that I have. It's also, like, it has to, like, process the HD version. But anyways, guys, thanks for everyone, as always. I know a couple people stopped by and watched. And maybe it was just one friend I know. I have a couple friends that every now and then I'll stop by, but won't, like, chat, which is fine. That's what I do when I watch streams. I don't ever chat, but... Sorry, I'm rambling. But, yeah, anyways, guys, I'll catch you later. Bye.